What's up?
Hello.
Hey, everybody. How was your week, man?
Huh?
How was your week?
It was the last week of the term where I worked a lot. I'm very tired from it.
Yeah.
So the 3-day weekend is being embraced,
Oh,
but
yes.
I'm doing an
Yes.
auction, so I'll be
Yes.
tired.
I forgot about the 3-day weekend. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be laboring over Labor Day weekend?
Well, I'll do the auction tomorrow, and since Monday the post office is closed, I'll box up all the records Monday.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get another crate or two together over the next couple months.
I have the most amount of records I think I've had available for an auction. So
Really?
yeah, 2.5 boxes, but I've half a box. I haven't cleaned any of them, so we'll see what happens.
Can you change your name? I mean, you can do whatever you want, dude. It's your account.
Yeah, can we change your name for you? Can we give you a new name? Just put an "un" in front of your name. Uneasy.
Uneasy now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What's up, Paul? You should come up here, Paul, later and tell us about your week and all the cool experiences you had.
Yes. Hey, I'll show you some records I found in a bit, but I found there's this guy who made a couple records on ESP disc, Giuseppe Logan.
Yeah.
And now I have both. Here's the one, the main
Yeah,
one everyone tries to get.
Every time I see that cover, it's so weird.
So the guy went AWOL, or he was on the streets, and years later, a dude found him playing on the street and said, "Dude, I want to record you." And there was an album made, CD only, that I think now is hard to find. But there was a second album, they GoFundMe to make it, and I looked it up, and people are trying to sell it for 60 or 30. But on Bandcamp, the guy who did the GoFundMe has like 50 copies left and is selling them with shipping for like $19.
Yeah.
I streamed it, and it's good if you like avant-garde, free jazz. Let me see if I can pull up the link to it. But I think for $20, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And the guy that was responsible for making it happen is the one selling them.
Yeah, he just shipped mine out. I mean, it's $15 plus $4 for shipping or something like that. Here, I wasn't prepared, but it just occurred to me. Let me see if I can pull it up. The link, and I'll post it in the thing.
Can also talk about that. Who's the? Oh my god, I just went blank. Who's the drummer that Ken interviewed?
Oh, so that I don't feel, not a knock against Ken, but I don't feel like a lot of the videos he does is like, people should watch this one. Maybe once in ever. He did one last year that I liked. It was like some records he found that he would told people about. But Billy Drummond, who is a jazz drummer in his 60s, but came onto the scene, I think, in the early 70s, and has known everyone that has been around that time. And he recommended, I would say, 20-something records of drummers he admired. And I have a lot of the ones. I picked up a couple already, and one that I picked up the other day for $2 is good. But I recommend people should watch. I just posted the link for the Jazz Bums of the Giuseppe Logan album. I think it came out in 2012.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. But I recommend watching that Ken video.
Yeah, that Billy Drummond video was insanely good.
And if you're really into when someone's interviewing someone and their phone going off, like message notification, it's got a lot of those in it.
Yeah, that's nice. Something happened with that video though, because it looked like it got taken down and he had to re-upload it or something.
I think he probably took out the phone ringing a bunch of times.
That's weird. It wasn't that bad. But I mean, the interview was really good. dude talked through a bunch of records and talked about why he was a big fan of certain drummers and that sort of thing. I thought it was
it's not like I've watched so many interviews with jazz musicians, but it felt the guy was very sincere. He knew his shit. I liked the way he talked about the drummers he recommended. He put in some nice, cool stories.
Yeah.
And it's very rare, as anyone who has a YouTube channel knows, it's very rare that people watch even a part of your video.
Yeah.
And the interview was like an hour, and I watched the whole thing. So
yeah.
Sorry to break the news to you people. No one watches all the video from beginning to end.
I do.
Well, you're a loser.
I do because I have to edit them, so I have to watch them from beginning to end.
I don't edit my videos, and it might look that way too.
Yes. Yeah. No, Ken definitely knows his stuff.
Ken does know his stuff.
And Levin, we will definitely be holding up records later and saying they're excellent. So,
do you want me to hold up records that are shitty?
Yeah. It's funny. Hang on, Nicole. I will get you the link here. This link's for Nicole. If somebody else wants to come up, please ask. Thank you. There you go, Nicole. That's fair, quick spec. Look at this. This is very braggy. All his YouTube shorts are 15 seconds long, and sometimes people finish watching the whole thing.
Is this a joke?
Yes. This is something that's interesting to me, too. Had a nice DAC. Recently took an old 300 disc DVD player and okay, that's a lot. 300 disc DVD player. I didn't even seen such a thing.
I remember there were 200 ones or CD players.
Yeah. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Rob.
Hello.
I am interested in this whole DAC thing, though. Kind of. Is it really a big deal to have that besides just a CD player?
Hold on.
Okay.
In your face. That's more than most people make it into my videos. So
that's
suck
true.
it.
Hey, he's one of your biggest fans, and you're talking to him like that?
He's not one of my biggest fans.
I'm Rob's biggest fan.
That's true.
When Nicole met me, she fainted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you holding chloroform over her face? Like a rag?
I sprayed it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. No, but seriously, what do y'all know about DAX? Anything? I know Felipe's on here. I should ask him.
Isn't it just a digital file?
No, it's a digital audio converter.
Oh.
Like, that turns the CDs into music. There's one inside every CD player, but people talk about having
a separate one?
A separate one, and then having a
digital to analog converter.
Yeah. And then
it really does help, to separate it. But if your system is not,
I don't know. Other than Nicole, I really don't know many people who come around here that are big equipment people. Am I wrong about this?
Yeah, most record people are not big equipment people.
I mean, very rarely do we get people around here that are hyping equipment.
Well, my ex owned a high-end audio shop, so.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Ian says he is.
Yeah, but Ian, you lie a lot.
That's true. Get a good sounding DAC for $120. All right. That'd be interesting. I think I'm gonna get my dad.
Actually, there's a company called Shed Audio. It's SC.
Yeah, I've been to they're in near Santa Clarita, outside LA.
Yeah, they're actually, I heard yesterday they're moving to San Antonio.
Oh,
really? I went with Jim to their offices there, but I don't even. Is it just labor's cheaper, or they sold the guy?
Or I think they did the way I had a kid that larger square footage for a
yeah.
Tired of all you commies.
They make a really good DAC, a real cheap DAC. You know,
Yeah.
you're not going to spend a lot of money on it. You know, separate DAC.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend, you know, $13,000 for a Mola DAC. So
That's never gonna happen.
Hey,
Hmm.
Ian, you were never a teenager. I think you just came out as a middle-aged angry dude.
I think you did.
You better believe it.
I mean, maybe I'll just look for a nice CD player too. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I got lucky, but because I found that Oppo, but I hooked the Oppo up to my TV.
yeah.
I tell you right, I've done well. I went to the thrift store and I found a Sony 3D DVD player, and that plays CDs very well. Plays a lot of different formats, almost all of them. But it doesn't play, you know, like the high, the high end CDs.
What do I have now? I've got it's right here. It's a 5
Yeah,
disc.
he has a Craig Walkman.
No, I don't. It's a 5 disc Techniques that's from the 90s.
Actually, you know, even an old PlayStation, you know, that.
Well, but isn't the thought that you should get a PlayStation because they're always updating the firmware, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Do PlayStations play the SCCDs?
Yeah.
Got it. Do they? Well, they can play them, but can they do the SAC?
Well, which model of Oppo do you have, Rob?
I don't know, but they don't update the firmware on them anymore because the companies they stop making them. They make phones and headphones now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that was the stupidest thing they ever did to stop making.
They were in Mountain View, which is not too far from Silicon Valley. So.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 can play SACDs. That's cool.
I found mine for $25 at a thrift store.
Wow, that's
PlayStation 3.
I mean, they still sell for money.
Yeah. So. Well, they're real big. Like the 205 goes for $3,000.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Big Ann.
Do you have to hook up? I mean, what kind of output do you use for SACDs though?
Output?
Yeah, because is it like surround sound and shit? You have to use like optical or something?
No, you don't need surround sound.
Huh.
No, it's just a regular. It's a 2-channel.
Interesting.
It just has a better, fidelity.
Right.
I don't have many SACDs, so.
I don't either.
Yeah, I have maybe one.
Yeah. I think maybe I have 1 or 2, and most of them are classical that I have. So.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Chris. From what I remember, Levin's saying optical. I remember vaguely from back in the 90s or early 2000s, like them having like multiple analog outs per channel that you could, pull into a receiver that could handle that sort of thing.
Right.
Optical or HDMI, that makes sense too. Interesting. And honestly, though, the CDs of those two sound great. I don't really feel like I need to spend money on this CDs.
Yeah, if you have a large collection, it makes sense. Well, at one time I had 4,000 CDs, and
but don't the Oppo or something upscale the CD or something like that, or they upscale the DVDs?
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
Some players get up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost half our subscribers since I started talking about CDs and shit.
I know what.
Well, there we go. I got the 5.1. Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to do a 5-channel system. And actually what is that called? Atmos or something like that. It's a 7.1.
Atmos is Dolby's version of like THX or whatever.
Right. It's I guess
I'll tell you the best system in movie theater is Dolby Digital.
Mm-hmm.
So that is designed to play sounds like anywhere in the theater.
Right.
Yeah.
As opposed to like 7.1, which was designed to put the sound through your body.
Yeah.
the Dolby Digitals are the best movie going experience because it's both the sound and the projection.
Right.
That I think they had a contract exclusively with AMC theaters, but Dolby Digital is the best way to go, man.
Yeah, it's funny. I went to the movie theater for the first time in probably 2 years last week. We went and saw Coraline. They had a special showing of Coraline.
Yeah, that thing's making money, and it's making money.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they're figuring out there's show good movies and people will actually come.
Yeah,
I still don't know how to make money though, because the show we went to had like 6 people in it.
Well, what time did you go to the show?
It's like in the early afternoon.
The busiest show times are the 7 and 9 o'clock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What is the next weekend is Beetlejuice, correct?
Yeah, and it's getting good reviews.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is I worked in movie theaters for 30 years going into theaters. I don't need to go in anymore. I'm done.
I'm gonna go see that though. I'm gonna take my family probably closer to Halloween.
I was watching some guy online. He goes, I went to see a movie. There were 10 people in there. 6 of them were talking and on their phones.
Oh, God.
That's my problem.
Yeah, that would be very irritating.
Yeah.
Mike did not get lost in the woods.
He's
been on vacation. He should be back next week.
No, he went to the lake house with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
That's true. All right, what kind of turntables do you two have?
I have a Riga P3 that I'm almost finished upgrading to a P6. So the only thing different is I need the metal spindle. It's plastic in the P3. I need metal. So that's the last thing I do, because then it'll be a P6 that it's upgradable. So,
what about you, Nicole? What kind of turntable do you have?
I have 3 of them. I got a old vintage KM turntable that was made in Belgium with a Fulton tone arm, Fulton cartridge. Then I also have a micro Seiki table that was in the 80s. Has a Fidelity research arm on it. And also got a Terracera PL910, which does not have an arm on it yet. I haven't decided on what I'm going to put on it.
What do you got, Joe? What kind of turntable are you rocking over there?
I got the Fisher Price LP 120.
Fucking sweet.
Yeah, that's the little kid with the plastic disc.
Yeah, with the lid.
No, I have it's just like the Technics, whatever, MK12 or MK2, whatever it is.
Okay.
So I don't really keep too much attention. I've done stuff over the years with it, but I focused more on getting records than more.
Yeah. As I said, record people don't care about the equipment.
So yeah, it's just not as,
yeah.
I have a few, like I have an old Pioneer as my receiver, and I've had that for years, and the speakers are newer, but no, I'm probably, the next thing is probably getting a receiver, upgrading it to something. And there's not a lot around me, and even in Rochester, there isn't a lot of options for things like that. A lot of it is just used stuff, so it's harder to figure out what to get.
Some of the places like US Audio Mart, you can find stuff online. Other places, Audio Gone. People sell a lot there. So there's some ways to get good equipment, used.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find eventually I'd like to get some nicer speakers and all that. I want to find a place I can go listen to them first, though. I don't just want to, spend 5 minutes looking for speakers. Huh?
If you don't have a lot of space for speakers, the Klipsch makes the RP something.
Well, I have the Klipsch 40s, RP 40s.
Right.
So
those are power driven, or
no? These are not powered.
Okay.
My setup for my situation is perfect. I mean, I was just listening to a record. I was totally into it. It sounded great.
Well, yeah, with your close proximity to Jim Record Collector News, he's the audiophile. And
well, yeah, I go over. I'll buy a record and put it on there and just be blown away how good a system.
He definitely have a good system.
Yeah, but he has that problem that people that are into equipment have.
Yeah,
It's never good enough.
I used to be there.
That's I mean, I have enough problems with this hobby. I don't need to always wanting to have it better.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's fun more records.
That's why I said people rather spend money on records than on a good system.
Yeah, but Jim isn't like me with the record thing.
Yeah.
So it's,
he is.
Yes, he is. It's Brian.
He's like 40. He's got like 40 copies of one record.
Yes, but his place doesn't look like mine.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair. There's mine.
Yeah, the Techniques 1200G is a very good. Also, I think isn't the G? It's called the GR.
Yeah.
Well, now the 1200 is the one that's like $1,000.
Yeah.
But then, what the one that the Ingroove get? That's.
I think it's the GR, which is about 3,000 or 4,000. I think.
No, I thought his was much more than that.
Well, the real high end of the Techniques line, the SP, is 20,000.
Yeah, that's what the one I think he got.
Who, Mike?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
but hey, I've got 4 turntables. I only have one that I'm using right now, but I've got.
But as long as I've known you, you've always wanted to fix one that you haven't fixed.
That's true. I've got 2 1200s, and then I've got a Project Evo, whatever, in my living room, and then I've got my dad's old dual. So I'm thinking about setting up that dual as like a mono table, maybe with a mono cart.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Stefan. To be fair, I'm sorry, Jeffrey. I meant to click on Stefan. Stefan, to be fair, most of the problems we have in general around here with people and equipment is clogging.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know what it means, but yes.
I went to an estate sale today, and I was telling Chris before we came on.
This is the if you can see it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the Techniques big one.
What's that thing on the side of it? The
power supply.
Okay.
That's the $20,000 direct. Actually,
so having the power supply outside of the unit cuts down on like sound
vibration.
Vibration.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to change the subject, but I went to an estate sale today, and it was probably a lady who passed away because everything smells like old lady perfume. And now my apartment, and I'm not good with perfume. It makes me sick.
I resemble that remark.
But you don't douse yourself in perfume.
Well, I had to climb up a roof ladder today that basically 2 stories, and almost it's like, here's where I die.
What is that?
This smells like my grandma.
Is that
this is kind of a cool find.
Yeah, Gene Autry, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
This is
very
what
cool.
Is it, 78?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that is very cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I picked up a few things that were cool. Stupidly, it wasn't in the best shape. So there was an Elvis record there, and I just go, it's an Elvis record. The cover was seam split. Then I go to a record store, and they have that record on the wall. It goes for some money.
$199. Thank you, Roberto.
Hey,
can you throw my question to Joe? For $199, and I have to scroll, man. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you cheap ass bastards.
Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. Joe, so Brodsman was part of a group label that was Brodsman part of a group or label that was into art paintings. Roberto saw a coffee table book of a Brodsman-ish art and black and white photography at JRC.
Yeah, he was part of that, like whatever that was called, like the Fluxus movement. I think that's what it is. Does that sound right, Nicole? You might know more than
He was an art student.
Yeah.
So that's where he started off.
Yep.
So yes. It's in fact, I got a book of his art that I got from Corbett versus Dempsey earlier this year. So
Yeah, people should just use deodorant or just regular soap smell. The perfume thing is just crazy.
I think what's really happening is that Rob has an old lady in his apartment. And
he's got a fetish.
Listen,
old lady perfume thing.
The bodies I have in my apartment smell of rotting bodies.
Sounds like the old lady perfume could help them.
Rachel and Mazzy, right?
Yeah. Oh,
seriously, my kryptonite, and I don't consider Nicole an old lady. My kryptonite are old ladies, like helmet hair, glasses, having a purse that comes around their elbow, and always getting in my way. And then always asking me to get your elders,
sir. Well, I was lucky that I got my mother's genes, that I always looked much younger than I am. So
I'm telling you, I don't know anyone. Is there a Facebook group celebrating old ladies?
No, I don't think so.
Not fans.
That's very hurtful.
Besides, I also got a whack sense of humor too. So
the two worst mall stores when malls were a thing was Abercrombie and Fitch, because that cologne woofed out into the, and then that candle store, Yankee Candle, that made me nauseous.
There's too many smells blending. No, you don't know shit, dude. Try having a 13-year-old daughter and go to Bath and Body Works. That's a fucking nightmare of smells.
Well,
they'll have something to look forward to when his daughter gets older.
Yeah.
I don't use razors anymore. I don't use straight shaving cream or razors. I use an electric razor.
Right.
But the Bath, and they used to have a little man section, and they sold good men's products in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm here for the men's products, not to be creepy.
Not to be creepy, huh?
Yeah.
So, did the storm let up there, Dave?
No. Well, yeah. I don't know. Can you hear it hitting my AC unit? If so, then I'll jump back off.
Yep. No, it seems fine.
No, you're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I got the lightning hit something right near the house.
Oh, geez.
Back in the morning.
God.
It did knock out power though. So
we have a wimpy weather here in California, right, Rob?
You know, the weather, the fall's coming in, and when you live right near the coast, now today it's like it's been cloudy, so hopefully it'll start cooling down. It's been too hot.
Well, when I lived down there, I'm one evening, when I was in architecture school, I stayed up late, real late, like 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, and I was on 3rd Street between Pico and Ocean Park.
Yeah.
And I heard this roar, and I opened up the door, and the apartments between, and I just slammed the door open and threw all my project against the wall. And they said it was just this wind blast that must have been 60 miles an hour.
Oh, like a derecho or whatever they're called.
People. I mean, us having like thunder is like unheard of.
Yeah.
And lightning. And I remember there was a rash of people being killed because they would go out in the water during it and get executed.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, people don't know around here because we don't really have thunderstorms or lightning.
We know in Texas, man. I've been on the lake before and saw some shit coming in and just kept fishing for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you feel the hair on your arm start to stand up.
Uh-oh.
It's time to get the fuck out of the water, man.
Yeah, man.
You don't want to be holding a freaking lightning rod in your fucking hand in the middle of the lake,
Yeah. We had the hurricane a few weeks back that did some shit around here, but this is just a pop-up because it's like 98 degrees in the city. And so you can look on the weather thing and all you see is this big glob that came out of nowhere just over the city, right, circling the city because of all the concrete around here and paving and all that.
Yeah, I
All
need
the
some
heat.
rain, man. We got a little bit this week, but it's supposed to rain all next week and finally start cooling off. I mean, it was 98 today still. Horrible. What are you reminding us about, Rob?
That was at Art Pepper live at Ronnie Scott's. So the two albums that came out about it, one was called Blues for Fishermen, and the other one was called True Blues. But you can go to Bandcamp and get the whole show on 4 CDs for like $20.
Hey Joe, are you putting together another fund for a major score?
No, I already got it, but I'm just waiting for it to. I think I messaged the guy today, and he said it was going to ship Monday from Germany. So it's actually Minty Vinyl. I don't know if they know him or not.
They're solid, man.
Yeah. So
you're not gonna have a problem with them. They carry a lot of great stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was a lot. It was between like 2 different sellers, and I decided to go with them. And I didn't really know anything about them until after, and then I kept seeing things on.
I've done business with most of those Germans, so if you ever need to get my opinion, feel free to let me know, and I'll give you the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Okay.
Just join the OBC, man, and all your wildest dreams will come true.
In the next like 2 weeks, hopefully that'll be here. So
Germany's actually they're fairly quick.
Good.
During the pandemic, they had issues like everybody, but after
their shipping's not expensive from Germany to the U.S.
No, DHL's why DHL's badass.
And they used I was just gonna say they use DHL most
of
the time.
DHL from Japan to my house is kind of nuts. I'll get shit faster from Japan than I do from like fucking Chad. You know,
yeah, it's like 3 or 4 days at most.
Yeah, dude,
crazy.
Tokyo goes from Tokyo to Alaska to Memphis to my door in 3 days.
Yeah.
For $25.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah, there was a seller. It was Ella Records, and they had it was 18. I think it went up actually. It might have been like it was like $20 or $21, and it was like DHL Express, and you couldn't believe how quick the shipping was.
John, are you a terrorist?
Uh-oh.
Don't say that on our stream. We'll get demonetized again.
Yeah.
Well, John, are you a Marianist?
Yeah. Planning an uprising. That's unsettling.
Hey, Mark, there's a lot of X's of them here now. They've gotten their sanity.
Y'all want to see some jazz records that came in?
Yeah, I guess. Or we could just keep talking about DHL and random bullshit.
Found this today.
Oh, sick. I've been wanting that for a while. Yeah. That's great.
Dude, I've been looking for this record for like 8 years. It's one of those where I'm like, I'll find it. I don't need to order it.
Yeah.
Woody Shaw.
Yeah, it's a little more
on this.
Free, isn't it?
Oh,
I have it.
Yeah, it's as free as Chick Corea ever got.
Right
here. And it's on. I'll show you the label.
It's on solid state.
Solid state.
It's a beautiful copy.
Yeah, I have that.
Cool.
It's good.
And you know the Joe Harley, they ought to do that as a tone poet. That'd be sweet.
What's the?
Huh?
I don't know. The only crazy thing that they ever put out recently was the Don Cherry one, Brooklyn. Right?
Well, that Ornette Coleman box set was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I guess that. I mean, because the Don Cherry was the classic, so he was.
But this was $15.
Yeah, that's about what that goes for, right?
Really?
That's good.
Yeah.
No, it's a little low. It's pretty good.
It snuck up a little bit, maybe not.
I think it has too.
I got the new international anthem release, Asher Gamedzi and the Black Lungs Constitution. So this is some South African jazz, big group. The guy at the record store said it was great. The percussion is great in the drums, but he said it's a little long. I was like, I'm fine with it being a long album. So
how long could it be?
I don't know.
One record.
It can't be that long. It's not a CD, so. But the artwork is incredible on this.
Oh wow, that is cool. That's International Anthem? I'll have to keep an eye out for that. Have you listened to it yet?
No, I just got it in the door. Like,
well, let us know what you think, because I'm interested in that for sure.
I got Anthony Braxton composition number 96. This on Leo Records out of the UK.
Yep.
I'd never seen this before, so I picked this up. Permanent had a bunch of ethnographic records and a few nice jazz records a couple days back. So I grabbed that one, and I got this. That was cheap, and this was the Billy Bang was $12.
Great record.
Yeah, the lineup on this is an absolutely incredible lineup. Billy Bang, Frank Lowe, Charles Tyler, David Murray, Con Jamal, Sonny Murray, both Murrays. You don't see both Murrays on records too often.
Are they related to each other?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No, which is that's interesting. This is my favorite record of the bunch. This and it was interesting that you found a CD, Rob. Was that at Amoeba? Of
yeah, I didn't buy it though.
You didn't buy that?
No.
Backwards and forwards, forwards and backwards on the Impetus Records label out of the UK, and this is Johnny Diani on bass.
Right.
And Frode Gerdstad, I believe he's from Norway, and he's a free jazz saxophone.
Yeah, one of the things CDs I showed last week had him on there.
Yeah, and then John Stevens out of the UK. This is incredible, and the
Great
A
drummer.
side just builds. You know, it starts out pretty sparse, a lot of interesting bass playing from Diani, but then when the other players come into the fold, it just builds and builds, and it's completely improvised. Really, really good record. This one I got from the Carolina Soul estate auction of Elvin Jones's wife, and this one's actually inscribed to Kiko and Elvin with love from John.
Oh, cool.
Fancy.
What's that?
Very nice. So that's very fancy.
Yeah, so this belonged to Elvin Jones at one point.
Is that a picture of Stunty on the cover?
Oh yeah, could be.
Could be. Roberto says he can hear the rain. I like the rain. I can hear it too, but it's kind of soothing.
I have to go to the bathroom. Thanks a lot, Dave.
Sorry. Yeah, it's crazy here. Archie Shepp, Fire Music.
Yes.
Same auction, except this belonged to Paul. Paul Ream. He was one of the biggest collectors in the world of Impulse, and he sadly passed away not too far back. And so his family finally put up the Impulse stuff for auction. And this is the only one I got, but I'm happy to have it.
That's a good one.
Just he's like us. We all kind of collect certain things. I collect ESP disc, but he collected the Impulse. He had every title. He had all the original monos, stereos, and promos.
That's some bum titles to buy 3 times, though. Some of them.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The promo. 1965.
I like the Impulse white label promos the best, I think.
I have that promo I got from the Dizzy collection.
Yeah,
you stole it from the Dizzy collection.
Paul was friends with Dylan at Noble, and so he's actually gotten to put hands on the collection before Dylan stopped in there, and he's seen it in person to see all the spines together.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's kind of a sight to behold. But he had other stuff too. He had like a bunch of rock records, and that stuff went up for auction prior, months beforehand. And I didn't think they were going to actually. I was thinking they were going to try to keep the collection whole, but I just, I don't know who would take something like that on. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, yeah, I do know what you mean. Like that's a lot to ask. I mean, even if you have the money, you want to buy something like that, there's going to be tons of shit that you don't care about or care for. I mean, yeah. I would love to buy. I love buying collections. I would love to buy another collection like the one I bought 2 years ago, because it's been a great, education and experience. And then I've sold a bunch of them, and it's fun. It's a lot of work though. The one I bought was 500 records, which I've got a lot more than 500 records. But 500 records humping around all at once is
a lot of records at one time.
Yeah,
that's a lot of weight, man.
This one came in. This is a beautiful cover on this one.
What is that?
It's a Digga. It's the Digga Rhythm Band. It's a lot of percussion, a lot of tabla. This was a recommendation from Alex Diamond Marimba. This was on permanent for cheap, so I grabbed this. Yeah, pretty. Mickey involved in this. Just one of the big names. This beautiful record. This is on United. It's actually on United Artists.
Oh, interesting.
Well, a subsidiary of United Artists. It's like Round Records or something like that. Yeah, Round.
I have a lot of records that are Round.
That's the actual name of the records. They're not square.
Not like Rounder Records.
Yeah, I know. I almost said.
Oh, Mickey Hart.
Another label.
Yeah. A lot of good players on there. And then
dude, the worst record I have though, Kraft put out the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown record a couple years ago. And they put it as it's a pumpkin shaped record. It's really cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
But like playing it is treacherous as fuck because it's like this really weird shape, and the grooves start like halfway in, so you just have to really, not fuck up because if you fuck up, it might just knock your stylus off, because there's like just chunks flying around. Yeah,
I did get one of the. Like I said, they had a bunch of ethnographic records too at permanent, so I did get one Turkey. Traditional music. This is that Acora label from France. Anything on Acora is fantastic. So it's one I didn't have, so I had to, and it was cheap, so I grabbed that. But that's all that's come in this week.
Sweet. What have you gotten? You haven't shown any records, Rob.
Do you want me to make everyone feel silly?
You got the compulsion.
Yeah, Well, I have this.
He has the compulsion, all right. It's uncontrolled and unbridled.
Actually, my rival, Rob, today.
Oh,
well,
shit.
So I already have the stereo of this
that
I got from Safari, but I found the mono, and this sounds pretty killer. And I picked this up from just a store that most people don't go to here for $80, and this is like the mono. This is the third press mono. It's a Liberty. Liberty label.
Price. It's still good.
Oh no, this there's none for sale of this version. It's like $250. I could probably sell
$60 for it right now.
But this sounds killer. It sounds so good.
I've never seen that one down here before.
It's funny when I find a record, then all of a sudden I find more of that record.
It's a tone poet, soon to be. So,
is it?
I don't know.
No. I think it might be there are like 50 records already done.
Yeah.
So it could be one of those. Because I think someone posted on one of the Facebook groups, and Joe goes, maybe, one of those things. So I have an OG of this that I'm going to put in my auction tomorrow. I found a kind of minty version, but this is a neon label, but it's so clean.
Nice. Oh yeah, nice.
So I'm going to keep this one, and this is my favorite Ferris Sanders record.
I got
I was just going to say
buy the third man
Barrel records.
I bought the third man of that.
Yeah, this is the Elemental one that just came out. You mean?
Right. That's what I.
Yeah. But this is my favorite.
Elemental.
Yeah, Elemental reissued it.
Nicole, Third Man did that?
No, Elemental did it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it yellow vinyl?
No, the one that just came out, Elemental did it. It's black vinyl.
I know.
Just people understand this.
Yeah.
Hey, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
And I found. Oh, show it.
Our third man.
Oh, it is Verb by Request. What was the one that Elemental put out? They put out a Ferris Sanders record.
Yeah, they did too. I know, yeah, you're right. They put one out. I can't remember.
You look like an asshole now, Rob.
It's the one. It's the one where he's kind of down like this, right?
See?
Yeah.
Oh, Jewels of Thought.
Jewels of Thought. Okay.
There you go.
Listen, people. I'm usually wrong, and I'm old, so give me the break.
It's not old.
So,
Jessica.
So I found Jessica Williams' first album.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, and this is not easy to find.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
You don't
Yeah,
find that you don't see that label very often.
Well, this is a DC label. It's a label out of DC.
Yeah, well, David Murray is on. Also have a recording on that label.
yeah, I found
So
that
it's
David Murray
Philadelphia?
today, but I didn't get it.
The back cover's kind of cool, and
That cover's
she's playing,
and freakish and weird.
she's playing an electric. This is kind of a little more kind of funky-ish.
Acoustic and electric piano.
It's more like on the electric, yeah. But it was cool to find this because they're none on Discogs, and
so this is the second one. This is the second record of hers you've got recently, right?
Well, I found in my auction I'm going to sell an OG of it because I bought the Sundays put out one with extra stuff, like a 2 LP version.
Right.
I recommend to get that.
I mean, she's a piano player. I've never heard her. I mean, is she?
You know, the person Nicole loves her, but Notes and Tones would sing her praises. So,
like I said, she was a friend of mine, so I knew her for 20 plus years.
Wow, very cool.
I went to this estate sale, and this smells like Old Lady, but I found an OG 6i of this.
Yeah, I love that record.
And
John Coltrane on there.
Yeah, this looks like it's never been played. I know that's a thing people say. But,
oh God, yeah, nice.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna clean it and listen to it. I have the 45 of this.
I was thinking with that always, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I was finding that in dollar bins. I was like, oh, this can't be any good. It's phenomenal.
No, and the story behind it, it's really good.
Yeah, it's a great record.
Is that he Columbia owed him money that they didn't pay him for doing a soundtrack. So he said, well, here's what I would want if you're not paying me. Let me do a record and give me all your jazz artists. So everyone's on here that was on Columbia.
Yeah.
So
everybody but the kitchen sink.
Train and Miles.
It was. Yeah, it's a great record. Impex did a 45 of that a bunch of us have. It's really great too.
But
I'm
I want
sure
to see
a clean 6i is going to sound awesome. So
yeah, I want to see how it sounds. Okay, here's a record that I will tell everyone to go buy. And we put this on our little thread. A bunch of us are on. And these Arista did these twofers, right? And they're very cheap. Most of them are just cheap. There's a Hank Mobley one.
Is that Arista or Savoy?
It's Arista.
Oh, okay.
Arista.
I guess at the time they owned Savoy.
So okay, that makes sense. Yes.
So
okay, yeah.
There's a bunch of, and these were redone by Van Gelder. Van Gelder's in the dead wax on them. He remastered.
Yeah, it does say Savoy on the labels. I was going to say it is.
Yeah, and usually they're okay. It's not the best music. Wait, let me finish talking, and then you can tear me apart. Okay. But this particular one is free jazz and avant-garde, and it has. This is what makes you mad from it. One of the records. Are you pulling the record out, Dave? One is a Bill Dixon. What is it? 7-tep. And that record is hard to find. It's not horribly expensive. So that whole record's on this.
Okay.
And there's a record impossible to find.
The Watts.
Marzette Watts.
Yeah, Watts.
That record is like, what is it? The $1,000 record? I don't know what it is.
At least 800.
Only half. So on the second disc, only half of it's on this.
Oh.
By the way, I paid $7-8 for this. That's what this goes for. And then the remainder, so the first 3 sides are produced by Bill Dixon because he produced the Watts record. And then there's Paul Bly on here. Oh, wait. Dave, you said this guy, Cleve Posner.
Cleve Posar, he's a percussionist, drummer.
But he's never led a record.
Yeah, he has one.
Yeah, but you can't find that record, right?
I got it as VCLT, believe it or not, when I was sick last year from Tom and Chris Cole. They traded.
Sorry to interrupt you, but
no, go ahead.
That's a solo record, right?
Yeah.
So what's on here is 2 songs that were led by him. So it was never. This is the first time or only time it was ever released, right?
There's a Savoy record of his. that
And then
of
look,
Pozar, and
I'll Lie with John Gilmore and Gary Paddock and Paul Motion. So go get this. It's I don't think you pay more than $10 for this.
one of the best comps you can
Say
find.
hi to Pounty.
Yeah,
But so my rebuttal is
yeah.
that Hank Mobley one that I have sounds really good.
Look at the camera.
Yeah,
there.
I mean it's okay, but it's
Yeah, but it's like a $5 record. Like, what do you want? You know,
you're always butthurt. Calm down, fella.
you're always butthurt. Speaking
So
of
the, so the Billy Drummond interview, he said a lot of records.
Yeah.
This is one of them.
This
is literally I paid $2 for this in mint condition.
Yeah.
The other one is on Charlie Parker Records. That's what it originally came out. I see that record often for under $10. So this is the Everest, and it actually sounds pretty good.
Does it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those are fine.
It sounds really good. But Billy Drummond was saying Clifford Jarvis plays crazy on here.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and he really does. It does sound good. So this was $2. These Everest stuff. So it was cool to find this after watching that video.
Yeah, I was gonna say the video just came out.
Right.
I tend to avoid those generally, though. I mean,
well, there's that Everest, which is the Joe Henderson, Woody Shaw. What's the name of that album on Milestone?
yeah.
They had extra music, and there's an Everest, and that thing goes for a lot of money. It's not music that's on the album. It's separate. So if you ever see Joe Henderson, Woody Shaw on Everest, buy that because it's expensive and hard to get. Yeah. All right. So here's the premiere stuff. So I went to Sibylline here in Pasadena, got this avant-garde free jazz collection, a lot of ESP discs. They're parceling it out, and they put up this the Giuseppe Logan. This is the second album called More. It's a live show with him, Don Pullen, Milford Graves, and Reggie Johnson. And then, Reggie Johnson alternates. There's some songs with Eddie Gomez. So this is the Quad, 1975. So I think it came out earlier.
But, oh, wow, nice.
So this is
a green label.
Yeah,
label. Yeah,
it is Quad. I like how they put the Quad information in on the
Quad. I'm not sure what pressing I have.
How much do they sell that? How much?
They give me a good deal. So they listed this for $75. I didn't pay that. But it's not like it's easy to find these. So you have the Quad too.
Yeah. Quad stereo. Right. I didn't know. I didn't remember it being a Quad. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So I haven't listened to it yet. So I'm surprised.
It's Milford.
Yeah.
On drums.
Milford. Okay. So today I picked up 2 records I saw this.
Great record.
Yeah, I was grabbing it because it was Black Saint, and then I look and see who's playing on it with him.
Yep.
In Mal Waldron's office.
It's an obvious purchase, bro, for sure.
Oh yeah. No, I had no trouble buying this.
Now the title's stupid on that though. I brought this up in our private chat.
He's playing Monk songs on this.
No, this
is probably out of all the Anthony Braxton records I have, this is the most accessible one. Easy.
Oh. Well, he's done a lot of very accessible.
Yeah, well, there's the ones on Steeplechase, but this is better.
Even his stuff that he has on his own label when he does playing standards. Of course.
Well, the one that's on Steeplechase.
His version of standards is different than most.
Yeah, I don't have those. I just have the crazy stuff. Okay, and this was the find of the day.
Yes. I got that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is an OG copy, right? Isn't that labeled by that British dude, right? The bass player.
What's up?
Only listen to one. It's a double disc album. I listened to one. Like the stories about this is a tribute to this South African trumpet player.
Oh, okay.
And they got together in London in this just room to play together, and yeah. Well, I have it now, so in your face.
Yeah.
That's like the store I picked these up in is like her store, but you were late. You should have bought it. So
what
they
she
were
needs to do is just stab you the next time she sees you there, and they'll
well,
take
look,
care of that.
she's had plenty of many people have had opportunity to stab me. So they were in this London sound just rehearsing, and they record the whole rehearsal, and that's what this album is.
Oh, cool.
And it's really good. It's sort of mixes between free jazz and they do African jazz. It's just really good. And
exactly, CJ. That's correct.
What?
Yeah. That's
6
incredible.
of monk compositions or 6 monk compositions.
Well, maybe you can
6 monks.
Maybe you and CJ can form a club together where you just are butthurt about the title of that record.
It's called the Jazz Bums, bro. That's the club.
Okay, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to find that.
Yeah, me too.
It was on the wall, and the cool thing about me, here's the reason Delphina didn't get it. I said, hey, I want that record on the wall. I said, don't worry, I'll grab it. And I just reached up, way up there.
Rob,
there is advantages of a height.
I get the wall records because I can grab them easily and take them off the wall.
Rob, do you have any others from that group?
No.
You should get this one. Make sure to get this one.
Yeah, but how easy is it to find that one?
Well, I found it at Permanent. So on the
I think I had that at one time.
Yeah, also on Ogan. This one, it's still got the Permanent thing on there. Please see clerk.
Cool.
But there you go.
I got an Ogden CD to show tonight.
Oh, there you go. Let's see that.
I'm going to do a variation. I'm going to do CDs first.
All
I
right.
got a bunch of them today, and it's a mixture of all sorts of weird stuff. The Doors, Live at the Matrix.
Oh, that looks cool.
San Francisco, 1966, is it? Something like that, 67. Cecil Taylor, the Field Trio.
Oh,
I had this when I sold my CDs. Cecil Taylor, Ray Parker, and who was under
Tony Oxley?
Yeah.
Whoa! What year was that?
90s. Yeah, 90s.
Okay. What label's it on?
FMP.
Oh, I need that.
One of my favorite Japanese pianist, Sato Fuji. And I think this is her husband who plays trumpet. This is on her own label, Libra.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. She's a great pianist.
I like the cover.
Yeah. This one I've been hanging on, waiting, and finally I decided to do it. We all know what the first version, this is Jerry Allen's, Charlie Hayden, and Paul Motion, the unissued tracks of the Live at the Village Vanguard. DIW put the record out, 90s or so, 80s. So my cat's whacking at me, sorry.
Oh.
She's mad at me for what reason? This is Matt Mitchell, great pianist out of New York. The trio. Don't hurt me, please. So, yeah, great stuff. Another Japanese player. Dave will probably know this.
Let me see. Oh, Akira Sakata?
Yeah.
On sax, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping to pick up one of his records here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, that new one, whatever it's called. Yeah, I got it pre-ordered. New Intact. This is Ingrid LeBlanc with Tom Rainey. Upside down.
Sweet.
Or whatever. Another Intact. Don't ask me who these are. Let me see. This one is interesting. Or here's the Louis Maholo Viva La Black. Ogden.
Whoa.
And if I knew where my glasses are, here it is. It's hard to read this, and I can't even read it with glare. This Stefan Sandel, who plays piano, and Nielsen on shit. I hate when they do black on dark color.
Oh yeah, kills me.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, there it is. Per Sanders Nielsen on real-time processing, Max, MFP programming, and sound design.
Yeah, that's going to have some interesting electronic stuff.
Yeah,
mixed in.
Okay,
Very cool.
I did the CDs first. Joe's turn, and then I'll come back to the records.
All right. Let's see what Shakira's got here.
Oh, I gotta wait for either Rob or Chris to make me big.
Okay. And I'm going to the bathroom. Wait till I get back.
See, maybe the chair. Here's a couple. Nicole. Here's some Cicada records. Oh, you're taking off. Look at this one. This got a cat on it. Yeah. Okay, we got two in here. See, Mike needs to get out of the woods. He's running around somewhere in Maine. I fear that a Stephen King type novel is going to get written with him up in there. And we're never going to see him again.
What the hell's happening? Where'd Rob go? He was supposed to be running the stream while I was gone.
No.
Can you make me big, Chris, so I can show what I got?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. What'd you get?
So I got a few things. I think it's like half and half. Actually, no. Only one of them is online. I finally grabbed this. I know Dave has this, one of the last Brotsman FMPs that I've been looking for. I was fan number 2. So I think I only need 2 more after this. Just Alarm. Yeah, Alarm and 14 Love Poems, both from the 80s. So
I have Alarm, but I don't have the other.
Yeah, and if I see them, I'm satisfied with the Cienfuegos for either of those.
That's what I have.
Especially that 14 Love Poems, because I think even if I found an original, how soft that's gonna be that might just get plagued if there's any type of kind of groove wear or anything surface noise to that.
And I can tell you the album Alarm is alarmingly crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember us talking about that, but this one's from 74. It just has it's just a trio on this one. So Outspan number 1 I showed at a few weeks ago had Albert Mangelsdorf as well on trombone. They even though this is number 2, it's like a completely different session.
Yeah.
Completely different time too. I'm trying to see if it says FMP mobile recording. Yeah, so 74 I think is when it was. Somewhere it says on there 74.
Yeah, I dig that one quite a bit. I actually got both of mine from Tom.
Yeah, I remember you saying that in that video.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, like. I bet those were his copies. So because he still
a lot of that stuff is his copies. It seems.
Yeah, because he had a lot of stuff. Even when I got into Brotsman last year, there was quite a few of the 70s FMPs that were still in the, and they ended up on Discogs because there wasn't really, I don't think, a huge market for a lot of that stuff. So
yeah.
This one I showed, I think, on Rob's stream last week. I bet Dave, you'd like this one.
Oh yeah.
Milford Graves' Meditation Among Us. This is a Japanese recording from 1977. Tashinori Kondo, who played with Brotsman in the 90s, is on this. But yeah, this is from the 70s. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I haven't listened to this one yet, but
if for any reason you do not like that one,
I'm gonna like it.
Pretty sure you're gonna like it. Put it in my pocket. One I have never found.
Yeah, I'd never even seen it. I went to there's a guy that I know that I occasionally go to his house and I get some stuff, and he had a double of that one.
Oh wow, a double?
Yeah.
Talk him into selling the other one.
Well, wait, isn't that has that been reissued or no?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
This one again. This one also was. I showed this on Rob's. This is Ushi. I don't know if it's Ushi Brunning and then Ernst Ludwig Petrowski duo from the 80s, 1986. It's got vocals and then Petrowski's kind of improvising over that on various reeds and flute and stuff like that. And then there's also there's one track that I think they both have some vocals on, but this is a very abstract one, which I think is where SAJ, the subsidiary of FMP, went in the late 70s, early 80s, but then FMP also had a lot of some of these more avant-garde, stranger like sound, very like random instruments and pairing things like that. So
very fun records to listen to.
Yep. And sometimes it's, for me, like that might not be a traditional record that I would buy, but because it's unique and it's still got that kind of free jazz approach, it's not expensive either, so it wasn't
right. Yeah,
this
is a good find.
Yeah, and then this one was actually I found this in the basement at the Bob Shop. I think I posted this in the group. I had seen it was actually at this same guy's house that I got the Milford Graves. He had an original of this on Japo. It had like a picture of it was either the sun at sunset or it was like the moon coming up at sunset. But this is the kind of reissue that was done 2 years after. The original came out in 74. This is the reissue on ECM 76. This has got a very similar lineup to, or it's got some of the same players as Hot Lotta. So it's these Finnish players.
Kowald and Vasella.
Yeah, so it's got Juhani Aaltonen and then Edward Vasala is both. And they had a few records in like the 70s together. I will say that those records are like insanely expensive. Like no matter what, they're all like $200-300 for it. This one, I don't know if it was because it was on Japo and maybe it was a little more widely available, but any of that stuff that was on, it was called Blue something records, and it was a Finnish label from the early 70s, and there's a handful of records that it's like Edward Vasala, Juhani Aaltonen. I can't remember what it is. Blue something though.
They had some of them in the basement?
No, they didn't. No. But they had this one, which was like a similar lineup. This is probably the best way to hear the music without having to spend several $100s.
Okay.
Because even this, I got this from Carolina Soul on the auction at the beginning of July, and this was still like $60-$70 for the 2016 reissue of it. So, and it was very well done. It was.
They didn't press many of the reissue either.
What'd you say?
I don't think they pressed many of the reissue either, Joe.
No, I don't know if it's.
I don't know if it's numbered, but.
So Blue Master was the name of the label. But this one was from 73. And there's another one that had a similar lineup that was from, I think it was around the same time, 72 or 74. That one's about equally as expensive, $250-300 for the original. This one is really great, though, if you find the reissue of it, because it actually has a second disc that has unreleased material. And when I listened to it, the second disc was actually more enjoyable than the first, at least from what both discs were great, but
you'd rather get the reissue.
Right. When you get the chance to get a second disc for a fifth of the price, it's
well, that's like that the Mal Waldron ECM, the first ECM record. I can't remember what it's called. What's it called, Dave?
Free for all.
Free at last.
Free for all, yeah. Whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway,
free last.
That reissue they did a couple years ago has a second LP, and it's great.
But yeah, I recommend this. So this is called Non-Modal, and they didn't change the title for the reissue. Again, if you see it, this one is not incredibly expensive. Even the original, the first pressing that's on Japo, that one's probably like a $40 record or so. This is a little bit cheaper, but I would say it's not like Rob might find this for $8 because people in LA don't have price records, but you're not going to find this for under probably $20. So
I've seen it before, but I don't know if I saw the reissue. But I've seen that.
Yeah, if you saw that cover, Rob, then that was what it was, because the original had a different cover to it. So it would have been, but yeah, it's probably like a $20 to $25 ECM, which is not like incredibly expensive. But again, ECM, a lot of those you can find for $8, $10. So
well, Alex has got the German Japo, he says.
Yep.
Nice.
He digs Vasella.
Yeah, and it's only there's no US ECM, it's only a German ECM. So that's what I think also adds a little bit to the scarcity in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there, and I put it in the group. There was only one copy in the basement. Otherwise, I would have probably let somebody know, whoever wanted it. So because it was good, and I had credit, so I didn't even really pay for it, but it was it was also really nice there. Yeah. So it was great that I didn't know what to expect, because it's the basement there has really dissipated. I know that Dave, you haven't been there in a while, but it's for someone like me that goes there a lot. It really has changed, unfortunately, in the last few years. I think Tom and a bunch of other people have gone down there and really pulled anything of quality, because I think
how is he moving that stuff though?
I think, well, what they're doing is they have a few young guys that are like my age that have started working there in the last year or so. And on during the week when they're not as busy, they're having them go down there and grab stuff. And there's records down there. I mean, I found about 2 years ago, maybe a little over 2 years ago, I found a original Contour Sam Rivers. Cover was destroyed, but it was an original mono. And I mean, it was just sitting in the basement. So like there was a bunch of stuff there were some Pharoah Sanders down there for a while. Donald Byrd, there was a few Blue Notes. There wasn't anything like huge, like it wasn't like Bird in Hand or anything like that, but it was some of the 60s Donald Byrd ones. They had early pressings of it. And there were times where you could find records that were $100, $200.
I know. I brought one up to him because they're not, a lot of those aren't priced down there.
Right. Yeah.
And I brought one up for him to price, but I didn't realize it was an Ornette Coleman record. It was autographed.
Okay. Yep.
And he's like, you can't, he literally just says to me, you can't afford this.
Well, he also has
there was no,
what he's also started doing too is they have like an additional space that they bought from the kind of the landlord in the last, again, it's probably 2 years ago now. And he's been storing like posters that he's gotten from these artists over the last 20 plus years. I mean, the Brotsman ones that I have were actually his. So like that one, both of those shows were Buffalo shows.
Oh, wow.
From like the early 2000s when he did the Chicago 10 Tet. But he had, I mean, when you talk to him, and Dave, you've talked to him before, but he has seen most of the real big artists and there's guys that have come through multiple times that I mean, for him, it was probably just, oh yeah, so-and-so is coming here next week. But now it's like,
he would get along really good with Nicole because
it has dried up here dramatically from what it used to be in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Ever since that downturn in 2003 or 2002, there's not a whole lot of music left in the Bay Area.
Yeah, you and Tom would have a lot to talk about. All
Yeah,
those y'all have seen.
It hasn't dried up for me.
well,
So
yeah, you got the Angel City Jazz Festival coming in October.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, and then that Soul Festival. But so this is one you just mentioned, the ECM, the free.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah,
So-
last. Free at last.
Yeah.
Free at
This is the first ECM ever, right?
Yep.
ECM
1001.
Yep.
That came off the wall at Noble.
Yeah, I have the original.
You were showing
my old collection.
Cicada. Do you have this one, Nicole?
No.
With Cat? It's good. It's with Giovanni Di Domenico. It's called And Life Also Sane, and it comes with a bonus 7-inch. Really good free jazz here. And then, but this is the one to get. This one's fantastic. It's called Proto Pump. This has got Sato on piano.
I showed you that book.
Chikamachi
I showed you that book called Free Jazz in Japan, right?
Yeah, I need that book. It's not an easy book to find anymore.
I ordered it directly from the author himself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I need to figure that out. This got Chris Corsano on drums.
Hey, speaking of a book, since I don't need it, I don't know if anybody likes books. I found this book called The Virgin whatever Encyclopedia of Jazz. The damn thing's about that thick. So, anybody interested in it? Chris, you want it?
No.
Well, I mean, is it for virgins? Because I know a guy.
Yeah, his name's Rob the Waxed. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's hurtful, Chris.
Yeah. Delphina, you should get that reissue I was talking about if you don't have that record. It's really good.
Yeah,
I should have left it. I should have left it on the street, but maybe Delphina would want it. Delphina, do you want it? That book?
Yeah, she might want that.
Oh no! What is this? Oh, the Clark Terry Monk in Orbit. Is that on Chad's? Is that acoustic sound series?
The reissue, yeah, of her.
Yeah. I have not, but I will whenever I can get it on sale at some point for sure. I'll be picking that up. Oh, it's an OJC? No. Oh, it is an OJC. That's right.
Oh, so
no, I haven't got that yet.
Is in the OJC sale?
Probably is now.
Well,
Squidco's having a sale there, Dave.
Oh no.
Who is?
Squidco.
Okay, what are the specifics of the sale?
I don't know. I got that thing in the mail today. That Squidco
that craft sale. That craft sale. I wanted the Russian, Patrice Russian album, and and it came out, but it's not part of the sale.
It is not part of the sale.
Lame.
I saw that too. Yeah. Some records aren't part of the sale, but if those. So which Miles came out? He says Miles OJC came out. Does anybody know what that is?
Miles. It's called Miles.
Oh yeah, it's his first prestige record, right?
Sometimes I have the OJC. It has a blue cover. Yeah. This the green cover.
Yeah.
Your Miles order get canceled yet, Chris? For the 54 or whatever that is?
No, not yet.
You're gonna honor it?
I don't know. I hope so. That'd be sweet.
What's the date of it?
Yeah, it's the first Miles Quintet one. That's right.
What's the date for that release?
November, I think. At least on the.
So there's time for them to screw.
What album?
Yeah.
What album?
For that Miles 54 box that's coming out.
Yeah, they haven't canceled it yet.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
if they don't, that'd be sick.
If you get a tracking number, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for y'all.
I don't know how Best Buy still exists anyway, so
they shouldn't.
I worked for them for
10 years. I've seen the ins and outs of that place. It is a
maybe it's just the website that's doing well. I don't know. You can just pick shit up though, which is kind of cool.
Now, Chris Cole and the VCs worked for Best Buy for more than I did. I worked there for 10 years. He's been there for probably the beginning.
Things literally fall off a truck there.
Oh yeah.
It is. It's
Yeah, I really like back. I
Yes.
thought Circuit City
Yeah.
back in the '90s was like really badass. You know,
Well,
like
you know,
those, it's
Circuit
hard to find a cool store like that anymore where you can look at all the TVs and all the shit. You know,
Circuit City turned into CarMax. It's
I
the
know.
same company.
I can't buy a TV from CarMax though, Rob.
Yeah, you can
No.
if it's inside a car.
Isn't
yeah.
Best Buy still around?
Yeah. We had a place here called Fry's Electronics that went.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were here in California. That place
Yeah.
was fucked up.
They started.
But I spent, man, they showed up here in the late '90s, I guess, and I probably for 15 years just built a new PC every year out of that
Well,
place.
when they first started, it truly was electronics.
No, yeah, sure.
And
Yeah.
that's all it was. And then they started
all
adding appliances and all that other stuff. So
When they opened the store, they all had different themes. Like the one in Houston has Alice in Wonderland.
No, there's no theme as the one here, dude. It was like an industrial.
they don't exist anymore. So
Yeah.
Yeah, they went out.
They had really weird shit though. Like they had a big cage up front, like where the money was at, I guess, or some shit. And it would really felt like you were going into an autocracy to shop or something. It was kind of fucking weird, but
Well, it wasn't it owned by Chinese or something?
I don't know. But when you wanted to get
owned by Indian guys.
when you wanted to get something, you had to go up to a little desk in the middle of the store, and they would, you tell them what you want, they'd print you out a little thing.
Well, it got to a point where
they'd get all your shit for you. It was
It
weird.
just got to a point where you really should know. If you knew what you wanted, that's the thing to do. If you didn't know what you want,
there's no way to help you. But when DVDs started, we went in there because they would always sell them cheap.
Oh, dude, yeah, I went in there for DVDs. I went to Best Buy a lot for DVDs though too back in the day.
I got a lot of CDs from there because I got the disc.
Speaking of that, I want to get one of my favorite TV show was House MD.
Yeah,
House is great. Yeah.
And I went and they get the a box set of the their Blu-ray.
Yeah.
House.
I've got that. I've got 3 or 4 seasons of that on Blu-ray, I think.
That show.
Yeah, I remember that time period for like 5, 6, 7 years when people would buy TV shows on DVD or whatever on Blu-rays, and that kind of doesn't really. People don't really do that
This
anymore,
is how they fucked you. This is how they fucked you. I have a bunch of.
What's the cell phones? Or no? What's the cell phones?
I had a bunch. Shut up and let me talk. I had a bunch of Seinfelds and Simpsons.
Yeah.
And they fucking reformatted everything for HD.
Well, no shit.
So, and at least the Simpsons, there was a big controversy because they did it when they created that FXX channel.
Yeah.
Right. But they cut out jokes when they reformatted it.
Yeah.
A lot of the visual jokes in the Simpsons were cut out.
Right.
But Seinfeld was shot on film, so they could just go back to the original film and format from there.
Sure.
So they did shoot, like when they formatted it for regular TV, there was still information for them to reformat.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm an original aspect ratio guy. Like if a show was on square TVs, I don't mind watching it on a new TV as a square still. I don't have to have it all. I don't like pan and scan. That's what they used to do back in the 80s in VHS. They, instead of giving you like the wide version of the movie, they would refilm it with like a camera and like zoom in and shit. So you'd see like Han Solo's nose instead of his face. Stupid shit like that.
You do like Han Solo's nose, though, right?
Sure. But I mean, that's what was great about Blu-rays, early Blu-rays. Even when I had a square TV, the Blu-rays weren't letterbox. I mean, they were like, they were the right aspect ratio, which I thought was really cool back then. Anyway.
Well, I had my record phase 2 of my stuff.
Oh.
I got a bunch of reissue stuff, some weird stuff. Not weird, not like Joe Weird.
Joe shit's always weird as fuck, man.
No, I like Joe Weird and Joe's
cool.
But he's young, and I don't have don't have the that many years to go searching out for him. But got the OJC Miles.
Oh,
nice. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Today.
I need to get that.
And also that came in the mail, the Clark Terry in order. Also,
well, yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Perfect.
Yeah, Nicole doesn't pay attention to you,
I
Chris.
know. I see that.
This came in from France, Paris.
Oh, wow.
It's-
Nice. Have you opened it yet?
Nope.
All right.
It's all sealed. I got number 189 of 500.
Sam
Yeah.
Records.
Yep,
Sam
Sam Records. That was not a cheapie.
So the next few
He's
are
still with us, right?
Who?
The guy that runs Sam Records.
Fred? Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
back. He's back in the saddle.
Pretty good. Yeah, he's
Good
been back for a while.
Good deal.
So I got on my way back, I had to go to a job site. And on my way back, I stopped into Oakland, the Stranded Records, and they had a bunch of records that I pre-ordered and paid for, and that came in. So John Betts, Earth Blossom,
Rare Strata East. Yeah.
Strata East.
Yeah, who put that out?
Stranded, Superior Viaduct.
Oh, so that's a viaduct?
Yep.
Interesting. I'm going to pick that up. Does anyone believe that Strata East is ever going to put out any reissues ever again? I mean, they've been talking about it for fucking years.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's the family Stanley Tolliver. I don't know if it's his son or whatever.
Stanley
But
Cowell.
if you follow the Instagram, they're ready to put up Music Inc. They showed the tapes, they showed it being remastered. So that's supposed to come out. I don't know when.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would be nice if it came out.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it is coming out.
Is it?
So it's another. This is another Superior Viaduct. Joe McPhee, tenor.
Yeah, I need that. That's a hard original to find.
Yep. That's why.
Rob has 6 of them.
Actually, the guy who bought or took my collection as a consignment. Last time I went in there, he goes, "Are you going to buy those Joe McPhee's on Superior Viaduct?" I said, "Rick, yes, because I can't. I don't want to pay the original prices anymore."
Well, they're from Switzerland, right?
This one is the Walser concert.
Mm-hmm.
So is this crazy, like wild ass free jazz, or
No, there's different. Some of it's strange though. He brings
I like strange.
other kind of instruments into the fold sometimes, and
Right.
And didn't he even had some electronic guys with him?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the other one. This is called Black Magic.
Try to get an OG
Black
of that.
Magic Man. So
It's sweet they're putting this kind of stuff out, man. It's really
this
cool.
one has him playing tenor, soprano, guy Mike Cole, Kull, on a piano, and Tyrone Krebs, bass and electric bass.
You know, because real quick, I want to talk about that real quick. So those are rare records, right?
Yeah, they're hard to find.
Hard to find.
And
obscure records, you know. And so it's cool that they're doing that kind of stuff. But that's a hell of a risk, man. Like I've seen people. There's a record I bought. What the hell is it? It's like a Texas, like early soul funk record.
Right.
I can't remember the name of the band. I'll have to find it. But so somebody, repressed that. It was like an $800 record.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But they repressed it, but like nobody bought it, man. Because I bought that thing for like $10 on Discogs. Like, some of these things, it's cool that these. What I'm saying is, it's cool that these folks are taking risks with some stuff.
Right.
What's that?
That first record you showed, Nicole, the Strata one. What is that?
John
Dutch. Here it is.
Well, Chris, what a lot of these labels
it is called the Earth Blossom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Dave?
Well, what a lot of these labels do now is they, like how RSD covers what they do.
Yeah.
They know that they've got they make sure they have guaranteed sales in advance.
Yeah.
Either through pre-order or through whatever means, through wholesaler or through the shops. Some way, somehow, some of these labels have found a way to make sure that they're going to move what it is they press.
Right.
Not all of them. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of it is a risk, but I think.
Well, I mean, if you press, 1,000 records, and you can sell, half of them at $30 a piece.
Right.
Even if you sell the rest of them for $10 a piece, you still make money.
Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
More than likely.
Superior Viaduct's made a solid.
Yeah.
They have a solid foundation. So those.
And they have a solid following then too, right? I mean, like people know they're putting decent shit.
Yeah, it's one of the top labels I consider when it comes to reissues. Like there's other, if a different label put that out, I might not even buy it. But with Superior Viaduct, yeah.
No, their covers are nice.
Oh yeah. So and their price point is still
reasonable.
In the middle. It's not high, it's not low, but it's right
there. Exactly. So when I stopped in Stranded, I couldn't stay very long because I was kind of parked in a weird spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked quickly through their new arrivals, and I got the two things. Both of these I used to have. This is one of my favorite Roland Kirk records.
Oh yeah, I have that. That's really good.
That's cool, and Verve. Nice.
Yep. Please don't cry, beautiful Edith. And then this one, recorded at Rudy Van Gelder's place near Hall Richard, Abdul Ibrahim.
Oh, nice.
Dollar brand.
Yeah, I love that.
Which is good. You already saw the Carol Saunders. This was what do you call it? A record store day thing that I never bought when it came out, but I found a used copy for $12 for a record set.
Oh, no shit.
Damn.
Yeah, $12.
Wow.
The guy said best offer, and I said, $12. And he goes, okay. So
that's killer.
That was a pretty pricey set.
Yeah, I know. It was like shit. Now this is one that Rob is going to say. This will definitely get some dough.
Yeah.
This is on Capricorn Records.
Yeah. That was the second one of his, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it has Herbie Hancock, Benny Maupin, Buster Williams, Eric Gravitt, Billy Hart, Patrick Gleason on synthesizers, and Bill Summers.
Yeah, Lunchbox.
Who's the drummer on that?
Far back for 40.
What's that?
Who's the drummer on that?
Drummer is Eric Gravitt. G-R-A.
Yeah, that's one of the guys Billy Drummer was talking about, Rob, remember?
Yep.
Who?
Billy
Pay
Drummer.
attention to the show, Rob.
Listen, you people are boring.
You're boring.
Here's
Chris.
Well, why would you insult me back with my insult to you?
Because it's easy and low effort.
This is an ECM German pressing Bill Seal.
Ooh.
Of what? Of what?
Mercedes Vitas bass, John Sermon soprano.
Drummond showed that record too, Chris.
Yeah.
Kenny Kirkland on piano and John Christensen on drums.
Yeah, Kenny Kirkland was badass.
Yep, the guy that bought my record collection, Rick Ballard's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that who you sold it to?
Yep, Rick Ballard Import Spotted.
You know, I think in the near future we're going to hear about a lady who went nuts in Rick Ballard's.
Yeah, exactly. She finally snapped.
Speaking of this, is another Rick Ballard, a Steeplechase. T.T. Montaloo on Steeplechase.
Oh, cool.
Solo piano.
Rick has always done the Lord's work.
And lastly, again, this is a pretty standard record. Eastern Rebellion 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Actually, I have the Eastern Rebellion one in my auction tomorrow, people.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've got the Muse with the different cover.
Yeah, this is the timeless.
The original cover looks like it's a crowd of people, right? Of the Eastern
No,
Rebellion.
that's the original cover.
When it's the one that Inner City put out then? Has the
it's like Muse. It's Inner City or Muse. I can't remember.
Right.
Nicole, what's the name of Rick Ballard's shop?
Grooveyard Jazz.
Grooveyard. Yeah. Okay. because someone in the comments was asking if he's a flipper. Well, he runs the record store there.
So yes,
he used to be the distributor for Tower Records. I used to buy a lot of my records at Tower Mountain View, and so he would come in on a weekly basis, and that's where I was buying most of my records when Tower be doing what to do. So,
you want to see some CDs?
I'm done.
Do we have to?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you watch through my CDs.
No, because they're good music. He's going to show us a bunch of jokey, barely jazz records.
Oh, you're a retard. Oh.
Okay, I need to go feed Woody. Talk louder. Talk louder.
Right.
This is how interesting your CD is. She's going to
no, I can hear it. Yeah. I just got to make sure the kitties are fed.
So I got this one.
Tell me what
VJR Trio break stuff.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so you got VJ on piano, Stephen Crump on bass, and then Marcus Gilmore on drums. So it's, classic piano trio.
Just don't play it in the background out here because the whole stream will get taken down forever.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I really enjoyed this. I can't remember I think this one's only available on CD. I can't remember though, but it doesn't matter. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know if there's vinyl. There may be vinyl of this. I can't remember. I think this came out like in 2012.
I think I have it.
There may be vinyl. I have no idea. But anyway.
Yeah, it's right here, man. Here you go.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's what year? 2015.
Way to one up me, fucker. Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Marcus Gilmore, dude, is killer on this.
Yeah, for sure. I also this is the first VJ record I've gotten, and his playing is just like a totally different thing to me. So
this is
a double. Pretty into his playing.
Oh yeah, they stretched this out over a double LP.
Nice. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think it was a CD. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah. ECM. He's signed ECM.
Yeah, he's got a bunch on his ECM. This next one's pretty cool. So this one is let me take this out of the little plastic sleeve so people can actually see it. This is Branford Marsalis Trio.
That's a cool cover.
It's called Bloomington. It's a live record, and it's a trio. So it's obviously Branford on sax, on tenor and soprano, and then Tane Watts on drums and Robert Hurst on bass, which is just like a fucking kick-ass group of three guys, That's really cool.
I dig the cover a lot.
Yeah, and it's some of these CDs are cool because like this one has a big. I mean, I can't read this shit. I gotta get new glasses, but it's got a big, bunch of information inside, and So I like that one. Okay, I mean, so the VJ I liked a lot. I like this one. This one's I like this one, but it wasn't like my favorite pickup. This is a Lou Tobacco CD. He's a sax player I really enjoy.
Man,
everybody just left.
Are you about to pass out?
Me?
Yes.
No. Why? Damn you to hell, you fucker. Anyway, Lou Tobacco. This is on Concord. I mean, it sounds as good as like the old Concord records from the 80s, so it was kind of cool. This one is actually really good. So this is Branford and Ellis Marsalis, just a duo record.
Is that his dad?
Yeah, it's his dad. Yeah.
He taught Dave. When I was at VCU, he taught there.
Ellis. Yeah, he was a teacher in New Orleans and played New Orleans his whole life.
Yeah, he was at VCU the whole 4 years I was there.
He was on a few records early on, but then it started like this big drought, and then his went and got famous, and he started putting out records too. And this is just really beautiful because Ellis is just a wonderful piano player. I mean, his playing just gorgeous. So this is pretty chill. It's them doing standards and stuff. So I highly recommend it. The sound on this is really good. This was really nice. This is a really nice pickup too. So this is Charlie Hayden and Hank Jones. So it's piano and bass, and it's called Steal Away. It's spirituals, hymns, and folk songs, basically. So
I would dig that.
Did you order these online or found them at stores?
I ordered them online because I wanted one record. I don't even remember which one I wanted, but so what I've been doing online. I mean, because some of these CDs are so cheap. If I find one I want, I look through the other shit the store has and just buy 5 or 6 more, and it's still like $25 with shipping. You know, I mean, it's just crazy. So the value.
Is that the patch you got from New York, from Academy?
No, this is I don't remember where I got these from. This is from a different place, but so this is a really just kind of relaxing, kind of a spiritual feeling. I mean, it's a bunch of fucking gospel music.
I would definitely do that one.
Yeah, it's great. It's beautiful. Oh, Dr. Robert saw Ellis years ago.
Oh, very cool.
Now this is the best CD I've gotten, maybe out of every CD. I don't know. Yeah, maybe out of every CD I've gotten. Period. So let me take this out of the cover. This is Ray Brown, Monty Alexander, and Russell Malone, the guitar player who passed away last week.
Oh, damn.
So this is a 2 CD set, and it's the title. It's just those three. It's those 3 guys. It's on Telarc. Cool. And label. So the first CD is obviously it's Ray Brown on bass, Monty Alexander on piano, who's a Jamaican piano player. Which, if you're not familiar with Monty Alexander, you need to get that shit sorted out. And then Russell Malone, the guitar player. So it's a piano trio without any drums, with guitar. And so it's like it reminded me a little bit of the Oscar Peterson stuff with like Joe Pass and NHOP.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
anything with Orsted Pedersen is lights out.
Yeah, and Ray Brown's just like one of the best. So Ray Brown's just one of the best bass players that ever lived. I mean, he basically helped invent modern jazz.
Oh yeah, he was one of those guys.
Yeah, and so it's on Telarc. They recorded it to DSD, I guess, or whatever. It sounds killer. Really kind of a lively band, real bluesy, just fun, old school jazz. And then,
yeah, that's one of those labels that you want to pick up on CD.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. Is I'm definitely starting to dive into Telarc because that record's really good. And then the second CD that comes with it is kind of a sampler from the producers of shit off all the other Ray Brown CDs that he had on Telarc. He put out like 8 CDs on Telarc.
Nice.
Like late in his career, and they're all fucking sick. Like that second CD, there's a couple he did with Benny Green, the piano player, and that guy's like a fucking hurricane.
And the artists, they're not going to stick with a label if it ain't coming out good.
Yeah, I mean, they sound really good. So I'm totally stoked on getting into Telarc because they're one of the labels that really tried to make CDs sound as good as they could. So
right,
So anyway, I would highly recommend that everybody streams that Ray Brown CD, though. I mean that Ray Brown with Monty Alexander, it's just excellent.
So that's your favorite of the bunch, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I listened to it like 4 times this week already. Both CDs.
I think Mike would probably dig that one.
Yeah, I mean the second CD too. A lot of them. There's one called the first one's called Bass Face, and it's a live one. I can't remember where it was recorded, but it's a live one from a jazz club. And those tunes on there are just killer, man. I mean, it's just super high energy.
Where's
really good stuff.
Root canal?
I guess I think he had to do like some kind of dental talk or something. Like he was going to be doing a presentation or something.
Yeah, conference.
Yeah, TED Talk about gum disease.
Yeah, and then I think he was going to get drunk afterwards. So.
Yeah, that's probably doing something like that would require a little imbibing after.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Chris needs to take next Friday off since everybody else abandoned him.
Dude, you've been running the ship here for the last month or so, man.
I know. Mike records like a 15-minute video like once every 2 weeks and just puts it up, now, and it's like.
Then you've been having to deal with Louis if he gets on here for 10 hours.
I love Louis. Everybody be nice to Louis. Louis needs us to be nice to him. Seriously.
No, I'm just messing.
Gum disease is a sad deal.
By the way, I was just messing earlier on this. I was joking around on the chat about I forget, Mike in Arizona. But I'll give you a little background. So I've only ever seen 2 videos. I saw when he got the collection from George Benson.
That was badass.
Unbelievable. Everybody needs to watch that.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fantastic. And then, but then the next video I watched, I believe it was an auction. Yeah. And he literally had to stop in the middle of it because he's like, I got a guy out here taking a dump in my bushes.
Oh, I remember that.
That was it. And he was like, he was off. So I'm just joking. I'm just joking about it.
No, I know. He also had a guy start a damn fire in the bushes too.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Like, what the fuck, man? What is wrong with you? If you're in the desert, there's a bush in the desert. You know,
I felt bad.
You just can't abide it.
Yeah, I felt bad for him because I swear to God, I was watching him do a jazz auction.
Thank you, Delphi.
And he had to stop to go get that handled, and I was like, "Oh, Lord Jesus!"
Oh, I'm stupid. I got another CD too. One more. It's actually 4. This is what I bought from the store. I'm such an idiot. So this is what I started the order with.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a Miles Davis at Newport, 1955, 1975. So the first one is like him with Thelonious Monk in 55. And then there's a gig from 58. And the second CD is like 66 and 67. And then CD3 is like 69, whatever.
9775 said.
That's weird. I don't know what just happened there.
My phone does that.
But anyway, so the last 2 are when they did the festival in Europe, which makes no sense to me that Newport Festival went to Europe, but okay. They did. And so it's like more electronic and, mid 70s shit. So it's kind of cool. They don't sound as good as the early 50s ones though. I think the first 2 CDs are my favorite stuff from the 50s. And then, the stuff is like Wayne Shorter and all that, that group. So I got it for like $25, which I thought was great.
I got mine for 10.
Well, I don't give a shit. Good for you.
That reminds me, that Miles, I gotta drop that in the mail. Your CDs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Be soon.
But I'm thinking. Huh?
I'm going on a dig tomorrow, so I might add to it. We'll see what I.
Oh, that'd be sweet. So that the Miles, God, what is it called? The bootleg series? Yeah. I'm going to try to get all those on CD, or at least the ones I'm after.
Is anyone buying the music on vinyl ones?
Yeah. I posted the Newport one on Instagram, and somebody said they were going to get the vinyl. But man, the CDs are fine, dude, and they're so much cheaper than buying a 6 LP box set. I just don't, it just doesn't make sense to me.
You showed us the spread on that a few weeks back, didn't you, Rob?
Felipe did.
Oh, Felipe did? I thought Rob might.
No, I did it.
Whatever. So yeah, so it comes.
Could you show us that CD again, please?
Yes.
One more time.
Yes.
One more time.
What happened to the CD missing? It's not even in there.
They're in my 5-disc changer, bro. Because that's the one thing I really like about that. Is I can put the whole box in there. Yeah. And then it comes with a really. Let me show you. This is kind of cool. So it comes with this really nice booklet, like really nice paper, and just tons of pictures and essays that I can't read and everything else. And then it also had this poster in it, which I thought was kind of neat. And unfold this thing. Well, yeah, it comes with this poster, which is kind of neat.
Oh, with all the creases in it. Cool.
Well, yeah, you can fix that. I mean, it's super hard. I mean, posters come in record albums that have creases in them too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where you're coming from. Mine are perfect.
No, they weren't. What's up, Dr. Robert?
No,
What's up, Dr. Rob?
Hey guys.
Few months ago, I bought this. I don't know which site I bought it from. The CD.
Damn it, Felipe. It's hurtful.
And that was really special. When I opened it up, there was nothing in it.
Oh shit!
Chris it's in Chris's 5 CD changer.
Yeah, right.
You got to take that back. You got to take that back to the store.
Well, I was bought online somewhere. It either was, I don't remember. Could be Dusty Groove. Could be Downtown Music Gallery, could be Squidco, could be all sorts of different places.
You got to start doing some detective work
because they have a sale.
So,
wow, it happens.
we got a Felipe sighting.
Yeah, he's talking shit. Look at this.
That's the show.
Show's not good today. Where's Jazz Bum's mic? I don't know, man. You tell me.
Yeah, where's Jazz Bum Felipe?
I heard you were sharing a lake house with him this weekend.
No, damn it.
They're sharing Keanu.
Whoa. Nice.
So what's up, Dr. Robert?
Well, you want to? I can show some records.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was gonna say you always
Are
have
they jazz records?
These are mostly jazz records.
All right.
Let us be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Well, so this was a really
is putting that out.
You know this record? I mean, I had never seen it before. I mean, it took me a minute. So it's Chet Baker, Baker's Holiday. It's him doing Billie Holiday covers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's on the label Limelight.
Yeah, that was Mercury's jazz. What do you call it? Budget jazz label.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know that I'd say budget, but it is definitely a Mercury subsidiary. Limelight had the best. I think the best record covers.
Yeah, for sure.
In the history of record covers. I mean, they had, this one has a 3-page infolded, but they all had that had an infolded booklet, but they all had really special kind of added art. I mean, I think they're honestly, I think they were the high point of what record covers looked like.
I agree with you.
Well,
Doc.
I mean,
Here's another
I
one.
agree to a certain extent.
Well,
This is on Limelight, just what you're talking about. This is
There you
Buttercorn
go.
Lady from Art Blakey with the
Yeah.
gatefold.
Show it.
Textured cover with
Yeah.
the artwork on the inside.
Yeah. I have some that have little dioramas that stand up whenever you open them up.
This one's a white label
Limelight.
promo.
They really, I mean, they really worked hard on their
Yeah.
record covers. I mean, it's
This is Acoustic Sounds putting this out next
cool.
October.
Nice.
Very
well,
cool.
there you go. So
Great one, Doc.
I've said I always learn something when I come on this this stream. So this is not quite jazz, but
It's exactly not jazz.
well,
awesome.
but it's, oh come on. So
It's the blues.
That's definitely not jazz.
We'll teach you what blues is and then what jazz is, Doug.
well, here's a phrase that I think everyone should learn. All jazz is blues.
Right.
Not all blues is jazz.
Right.
That sounds like what a white person would say.
It does. That's
I
true.
am a white person.
Coming from a white Jewish person.
No, but come on. I mean, this is a cool record.
It's a cool record, but it is the blues.
It is the blues. That's awesome, dude.
From like a quintessential blues artist.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip over that, and so I think this one probably doesn't count either. It's another.
Well,
oh,
I think A Big Clue is the name of the album, and
what's-
That's sweet, though. Shut up, Rob.
let me keep going.
That-
So here is.
Oh, nice.
so that's
this
in my
guy-
auction. That record's in my auction tomorrow.
Well, I think you already saw that I got a copy of this, but this guy is he's on my list, and he put out so many records. He had his own record label for a while. I mean, this
Yeah, he had it with McFarlane.
right, exactly.
Mhm.
What was the name of the record label?
Well,
Max?
he McFarlane. I thought they moved on to one label. I forget when what's his face left Impulse and created Flying Dutchman. He followed him over to that, I believe. Then it's SKYE.
Sky. That's it. It's Sky Records.
Sky.
Yes.
That's the one he started with McFarlane.
Yeah,
I
Sky
guess
Records.
Dave noped out on this. He did the old Irish goodbye there.
And that label, I don't think it lasted all that long. Apparently he had a heroin addiction. Gabor
Yeah, he died.
Szabo.
He died like age 45, I think.
Yeah, I mean, heroin is just bad shit. So, but while he was active, he was so talented. So found this. This is on Impulse. Almost anything on Impulse I'll buy, and anything by Gabor Szabo that I don't have.
Well,
how do you say his name, Rob? Can you help him with that?
Asbo. Hey,
did I say it wrong?
No, honestly, Dr. Robert.
Wait a minute.
Because I have issues with, at the time, him doing covers of popular songs.
Yeah.
Because it just sounds like elevator music to me.
It's like, the jazz version of Hang On Sloopy or whatever.
Yeah, but by the way, when he was with Chico Hamilton, to me, that's his best stuff. Yeah. That saying, there are two best ofs that Impulse put out. One, you can get that I think Sunday's reissued on red vinyl. That's a single disc. But you can pick up a double from the early 70s. That is all you need, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But his stuff with Chico Hamilton is insanely good. It's just so
I don't really like him as a leader.
Yeah.
Personally.
That's fair. I mean, it's fair.
That record you have there is almost him doing Sunshine.
I mean, that's cool good. He's just not my thing.
It's him doing Sunshine Pop, Dr. Robert.
Totally. No, I mean, it is. I mean, so it's a bit commercial, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely a bit commercial, and he's covering. I mean, this has a lot of 60s. It's got White Rabbit.
He's basically paying for his heroin habit with that record.
Well, that's fair.
White Rabbit would be cool though as a jazz tune.
Well, actually, George Benson has an album called White Rabbit, and he does a great version of it on there.
That's true.
Well, it's
better than Gabber's Asbow.
It's got Lucy in the Sky. It's got A Day in the Life.
Cool.
I mean, it's a late 60s record, and it's jazz interpretation of where.
Cool. Just have a gummy there, Chris, and then play it.
Yeah, I'd totally listen to that. I've got a one on Pacific Jazz I'll have to find. It's like a bunch of Beatles tunes, but it's like Bud Shank, but the cover's like super psychedelic and shit. It's just, I mean, those are cool, especially if they're not super expensive.
This one wasn't, and some of his stuff does get priced probably, I think, a little elevated, but
Sure.
But at any rate, I'm still buying his stuff when excuse me. Find it when I find it. I may sneeze again, but sorry, I thought I would, but okay. But I did want to show, and this is for Waxed, because I know you wanted me to find some dollar brand down in South Africa. We were there.
He did an album with Harold Land in South Africa.
Yeah.
And that's the hard to find record.
Well, and he's from South Africa, right? So
yes.
He came to the US for a long period of time.
Right.
Who discovered him? Who discovered him, Ron?
I don't know off the top of my head who discovered
Duke Ellington is the one that discovered him.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he has Dr. Robert, drink some water.
I'm thinking that's my last. I'm thinking that's my last sneeze.
Okay.
That's a great record.
But the one he did an album of Duke Ellington records, music. I have it.
Oh, that looks sweet. Yeah, I've seen that before. That looks great.
Great record.
So I don't have. I found not a single record of his in South Africa, but I found these three in Las Vegas a few weeks back
at the Bastard store.
Well, this was at the Record Exchange. I want to think its name is the Record. It's a store I hadn't been to. I didn't go to Wax Tracks this time. Which
the best one is one, I forget the name of it. It's in a shopping plaza.
Vegas Vinyl. Vegas Vinyl.
No,
I went there. So I went to two stores. I went to Vegas Vinyl, which was in a shopping mall, and then I went to this place. I think it was it's Record Exchange or Record something. But they were great. Both stores were great. And I found 3 Abdul Ibrahim records in Las Vegas, of all places.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
So So you got to let me know, Waxed, because I know you're a fan, and I think I owe you a record. So
Why? How do you owe me a record?
Well, you gave me one down in Austin. You gave me a Chet Baker record, actually.
Oh, I forgot about that. You could have gotten away scot-free.
Well,
well, yeah, whatever, Dr. Robert. It was probably VCLT. I'm sure you enjoyed it. But it seems it didn't work on you because you come up here showing blues records thinking they're jazz.
Dude, blues records are fine to show.
I love
my show. You can show blues records if you want to show blues records.
Yeah.
So all blues is jazz. Not all jazz is blues. Or maybe
I have no problem. I have no problem with you showing any record, Dr. Robert. What I have a problem with you is crowbarring and non-jazz records as jazz records.
Hey, I showed rock records.
That's true. He's scared of you, Michael.
Hey, whatever happens, I think I'm always doing my best, and I'm not claiming it.
You know what? You're in this grand scheme of things more successful than any one of us. But when you come into my world, you have to deal with the consequences of not performing up to your bar.
Well, I'm always, I recognize that you're an astute judge of talent, and I accept your judgment.
Look, if anyone doesn't realize I'm an idiot just trying to entertain people, then you're a fool.
I think everyone knows that, Rob.
Trust me, not everyone knows that.
They think you're there's some diabolical plot. Yeah. Oh my God.
So far,
Mazzy or Louis when we need them.
Hey, does anyone know this? I'm putting this in the auction. I'm cleaning it.
Okay.
This is a candid comp.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it's interesting because in Dr. Robert's world, there's jazz on here and blues. Lightning Hopkins is on.
Oh, cool.
Lightning Hopkins.
But
that's a cool record.
Well, there's one grouping on here that I've never seen, this Candid record. I hope they reissue it. So does anyone know Cal Massey? Cal Massey?
No.
So Cal Massey,
heard of him.
He passed away kind of young, but he was a big writer. He wrote a lot of music. I think he only had one lead album, and Pure Pleasure reissued it. I forget which label it was on, but this is a Cal Massey led song on here, and I just picked this record up, so I haven't.
Who else is on it? You said it was an interesting group. Who is it?
What are you talking about?
I'm shaking. All right, I'm trying to. Who else is on the record with Cal?
Julius Watkins on French horn, Hugh Brody on sax, tenor, Patty Brown on piano, Jimmy Garrison on bass, and G.T. Hogan on drums.
Cool. What about the one above that? That looks even more interesting. Roy Eldridge and Eric Dolphy. What is that?
I think that's from that live record, the alternative to the one that came out for Record Store Day. I have that in my.
Oh, okay.
These are Barnaby reissues, by the way. I have a Barnaby reissue.
Those sound good too. I've got some of those from the 70s for just the regular records.
Barnaby was the name of Andy Williams' cat. That's when Andy Williams owned the library. But this is a good comp. I don't know what this is from. This Kenny Dorham.
I don't know.
I don't know what Candid record that is from.
Oh, I think I do. Let me look it up.
We need Jazz Bum Mike to do the searching.
Well, look,
what's the name of the song? I forgot already.
Relax, where we're not forced to go down a rabbit hole.
That's true.
No rabbit hole tonight.
Hey.
Yeah, can you tell us what you think of Sean Howard's comment?
He's probably right. I'm not. No. Here's the difference. I'm not a student of human nature. That would mean I would have to pay attention to people. I'm just annoyed by their human nature, and I express it.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the Cal Massey record, I wish. If I was Mike and gave a shit, I would do a deep dive.
Right.
But I would like to get. I've streamed that record on Pure Pleasure reissued.
Yeah.
It really is good. But the guy wrote a lot of music. He's a sideman on a few things. Played trumpet, I believe. But it'd be nice because he's one of those guys who's fallen through the cracks of jazz.
Right.
I think. Yeah.
Well,
At least that's what Wikipedia tells me.
right. Show us some shit from your auction tomorrow.
Okay. I got a lot of shit.
Since we didn't do a flip through or anything.
Well, no, I did it. I posted it.
Did
Oh,
do it a couple days
yeah.
ago.
How dare you?
I'm grabbing a stack that wasn't in my preview video. All right, this is really good. This is this is a 1980 reissue of Cracklin',
Okay.
which was a Roy Haynes album on Prestige. For this one, they retitled it "Bad News Blues." This isn't the blues, Dr. Robert.
Well, I was going to say.
Well, it is, but
where do we draw the line there?
But it was called Cracklin', and this is Booker Irvin, Roy Haynes, Ronnie Matthews, and Larry Ridley.
We're going to take your word for it, Paul.
Yeah.
This is really good. We're talking about those Savoy twofers.
Yeah.
This is
You said they suck.
Shahib.
Oh, cool.
If you would define the originals of these records, well, actually, it has one.
Is that the one that just says Shahib on the cover, and it's like the?
Well, so it does this. By the way, Van Gelder reissued this. It's reissued by Van Gelder. So it came out in 1980, but it has the full record of that Shahib Jazz.
Shahib Jazz, yeah, that's cool.
So that has the full record. The other disc is 3 different album comp, but it has
the full
record. Oh yeah, it's killer. I mean, look who's on here.
Why aren't you keeping it then?
I have a copy.
Can you put that in my pile instead of selling it?
Wasn't he? He was on Fantasy, wasn't he?
If I find another copy of this, I will get it for you. But since I'm showing it to be in the auction,
damn it.
His original label was Fantasy. No.
What's up, homie?
His original label was Savoy. Okay, so you have John Jenkins, Clifford Jordan.
Dude, Clifford Jordan's my favorite though. It's like it's
all right. We'll have a vote.
How many Cedar Walton on it too?
Hold on. The people will speak.
Okay.
How many of you want me to put this in Chris's pile? How many of you want me to put this in the
in the peanut gallery?
Yeah. Let's look who's on here again. Okay. So you got Addison Farmer, Danny Raymond, Hank Jones.
You got one vote that says give it to Chris.
Yeah.
Who's saying this?
Paul.
Breakfast King of Loyal.
Paul finds records that make Chris cry.
There's another one that says Vinyl and Kicks. It says add it to Chris's pile.
Boom,
on Howard says auction.
All right, you know what? You have one get out of jail free card, Chris. You just used it. No more records.
We'll see. We'll see.
I have a
people
I
spoke.
have a couple Sunny Stits I'm going to sell together.
Nice.
This is really good feelings. It's on that Royal Roost record label, which I don't think was a long thing, but this sounds really good. And it has who's playing on here. I hate it when they don't list who else is on here. But this is a good record. I have it. And then
everyone said it.
Every single Muse Sunny Stitt record is killer. This is a tribute. I think it's like Best Pals with Gene Ammons. This is Barry Harris, Sam Jones, and Lou Roy Williams play on this.
Oh, cool.
So that's good. Okay. All right, that's in the auction. I'm selling a bundle for Patrick. So it's got Get Scarabordo.
I have that record. It's a good record. Yeah.
Miles Davis.
Oh, yeah.
No, Charlie Byrne.
Okay. I have all those records.
Why are those a bundle? Why are those linked?
Because they're all together as a bundle. That's what a bundle is. They're linked because I am selling them together as a bundle.
That's correct.
Okay.
I'm selling the classic of Out to Lunch.
No,
I have.
Hey, I'm just checking.
This is a good record. This is.
Why are you selling that classic series?
Because I have a Van Gelder 70s reissue.
Okay.
Yeah, already.
That thing sounds amazing. The classics are perfectly good. I don't need 2 copies of it. This came out, if you know this, I forget which label. It was probably a UA because this is when Capitol in them. of with two elephants on the cover. It's because every song it's Bob Brookmeyer, who's a trombonist. Dr. Robert gave me this cough. But this is them both playing piano. They both play piano on this. So this came out as an LT series. It's got it's still in the shrink. Percy Heath and Connie Kay play on it. So part of the Modern Jazz Quartet is on this. Okay, that's in there. And then this is a Chris loves this. Right? I found another copy of this. So, but this is a killer lineup. Look who's on here.
Oh my God.
Freddie Hubbard, Cedar Walton, Buster Williams, and Billy Higgins.
Yeah. Cedar Walton, Billy Higgins, all you need to know, bro.
Good band.
Good.
All
I think
you
this
need to know.
is Van Gelder. Okay. I'll grab another stack.
Okay.
What is that on? Prestige, Rob? That Jordan, yeah.
It was when
Before he went to Columbia, I guess.
No, when he came back, in the early 70s, he put out a ton of records on.
That's true. Tangerine's really good.
All right. Watch Chris go. Chris can't pick any more records out of this.
Well, I could swap out, though. I reserved the right now. Who's this?
This is Walter Bishop Jr. with your favorite Dick Burke.
Fucking Dick Burke. Sweet.
So this is on Xanadu. This is a live. These are two different sessions.
Okay.
1964, and then a separate one was 68.
That's cool.
Walter Bishop Jr. These are a bunch of rock records I showed already on Rachel. So
yeah,
but this is the one that people will want. Dark Side of the Moon. It has everything in it. It's the U.S. first.
What pressing is it?
U.S. first.
U.S. first. Okay.
Yeah. It has.
I'm looking for the 30th anniversary.
It has everything in it.
You're looking for the 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, it's on the wall at Delfina's record store.
How much is it?
Stickers and a poster.
A lot of money.
Yeah, well, I figured that, but how much is it?
It also has there's like a second 45 that comes on outside.
Really?
Next time I'm in there, no one's bought it.
Okay.
I think it was like $250 or something.
Ooh.
That is a chunk.
So I got a legitimate question, Waxed.
We'll be the judge of that.
I got a legitimate question. I'm waiting for you to.
I can hear you.
Well, I know you're not in frame. I'm
coming back.
Well, I know you are. I want to wait. I want to wait till you're.
He had to go wipe his butt.
You want to see his reaction, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't wash my hands, so this record's for you, Chris.
Oh, right, scratch and sniff test. Thanks.
Okay.
So I gotta ask. Are you ready? I see the same Starbucks cup up on your record shelf there that you have at 7 a.m. in the morning on Rachel's. Is that the same? Are you finished with it, or
cup, right?
Yeah, okay, so get ready, Dr. Robert, because you asked for this.
Well, I did.
Uh-oh.
I do my own dishes, Dr. Robert. I know you have a lady that comes in.
Oh.
But after I use a glass, I wash it out with soap and a brush. And I clean it.
It's a plastic cup, man.
Dr. Robert, here's a really interesting thing. I let it dry.
Then
I reuse it again. And actually, I have a couple of these.
Okay.
Is it glass or plastic?
It is harmful plastic.
Yeah, but is it throwaway plastic or is it actually something you can put in the dishwasher?
It's the BC whatever or free whatever one.
Well,
okay.
let me just say I'm delighted that you are eco-friendly in your approach.
Now, Dr. Robert, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What's the lady who come in? What's her name?
My lady? Well, honestly, I do a lot of dishes, but my wife does a lot of dishes, and my wife.
All right. It's a joke, Dr. Robert. You don't have to juggle.
I'm just saying, between the two of us, we do some dishes.
Okay, I'm selling both these Pepper Adam records together.
Are you going to be part of the auction there, Chris?
This is a live show with there. That's good. And then
Can I wait? I just got to call this out. I think that's the first time I actually heard you laugh at one of my jokes.
No, I didn't laugh at your joke.
Oh, wasn't
if anything, it was a sympathy laugh.
You were laughing at something else. Okay.
This is a Chris record.
I have that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
There's two versions of that, and I think I accidentally bought both.
Yeah. Here's a Muse with Lockjaw. Albert Daly. He's another sad story too.
Yeah,
he died young.
George Vivian, Victor. That looks like a great record.
Yeah,
I don't know those.
Here's I have a bunch of OJCs. Here's an OJC.
What is that called? The Heavy Hitter? Can you show that cover again? I thought that said the Heavy Hitler at first. I was like, that's odd.
Well, we know where your mind is.
Yeah.
No, never.
This is Sonny Stitt, Bub Powell, and J.J. Johnson, Prestige. This is
one of the greatest covers of all time.
This is an OJC.
I love that cover. It's weird.
And like I said, I'm selling this original Jessica Williams. It was on Clear Cut. This is Robert Ludwig mastered. I think all the Clear Cut records. There weren't many of them.
I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta go move my car.
All right. If there's a sleeper record in my auction that people should own, I think it only came out as white label promos. Okay. This is a kick-ass free jazz record. Kenny Gill. I think this is the only record Kenny Gill ever put out, and he disappeared from wherever he was.
Those are like 3 records in a row that are in my want list currently.
It is? Well, you picked the record. Look at this lineup. I have this, by the way.
Nice.
I know, dude. Bob Berg, Norman Connors.
This is free jazz. It's a kick-ass record. Okay, look, here's the deal, people. Here's what I want people to stop doing. I am not a record store. I'm an independent guy who finds records and curates them together for an auction. I have my ears not to the ground. I don't know where they exist. I am not the guy to come to find a hard to get record. Call me.
Yeah.
But this is on this label, Raccoon Records. I think this might be. It was
that was Youngblood.
Yeah, but they had no jazz. But this, I'm telling you, is if you don't have this, you need to have it.
Well, that's still. So, guys, I'm going to have to drop off. My laptop is about to die, and
there is a cure for that. I mean, you just plug it into the wall, Dr. Robert.
Yes.
Well, I've heard of that, but you know, I'm going to have to go tend to my wife and check in on how things are going, and but I am so delighted to have been up on.
Yeah, tell her to feel better. Okay.
Yes, I will. Absolutely. I appreciate that.
All right.
Great to see you guys.
Great to see you,
Dr. Robert.
Yeah. Always fun. Always fun. Next time.
All right. Bring jazz records next time.
I'll do my best.
This is another OJC of Monk Orchestra.
Dr. Robert takes longer to say goodbye than Harry.
Yes, this is an OJC. A lot of OJC.
Let's show that again. Who's on there? Is it Charlie Rouse and Ben Riley or what? Who is it?
It's an orchestra.
Oh.
So he has his main Donald Byrd, Eddie Burt, Phil Woods, Charlie Rouse, Pepper Adams, Robert Northern, Jay McAllister, Sam Jones, Art Taylor, a lot of people.
I think I have that. Is that the one that's got like a bad rap for sounding bad?
I think so. It's not like I think his Big Desirable record.
Yeah, but I think I have that one. I think I liked it.
Okay. This is a killer record. If you don't know, Nate Baruchel's a British saxophonist. He does everything. This is him kind of homaging John Coltrane. He plays every instrument on here. It is great spiritual jazz.
Is that the one you bought in Austin?
No, I'm keeping that one.
Okay.
Most of the times, I'm not getting rid of records. When I find records, it's records I have and I think are awesome, and I put them in the auction if I find them.
Right.
This is any Tommy Flanagan
Everybody
record.
loves that Monk.
Huh?
Everybody loves that Monk record.
Okay, well, good. Stand corrected.
I haven't listened to it in 3 years. I can't remember. So anyway,
this is with Al Foster and George Mraz. This is a U.S. one on Progressive, but I found a Japanese one, so it has a different cover.
Yeah, I'm sure that's great.
Yes. So this is very good. It's still in the shrink. I bought this sealed. So this is the only Chet Baker fusion record, if you can believe that. And it's good.
Yeah.
It's on Horizon. This is a promo stamp, but it's Chet Baker fusion. There's tons of good people on here. Tony Williams, John Scofield, Ron Carter. Huh?
I'm not a fan of that one.
Well, yeah. Thanks for helping with the auction.
It's tomorrow. Fuck it. Somebody will buy it.
This is the recent reissue of Attica Blues.
Yeah.
I found an older copy from the Dizzy collection. So, but these are awesome. These Universal Germany reissued these. The Preston Palace. They're flat. The vinyl's flat and quiet. It's probably digital, but it sounds amazing. And if you don't have this record, I consider this record a masterpiece. It is kind of a record of its time, but it doesn't feel so dated. It's just an excellent record.
Yeah,
bluesy, funky. I'm starting to talk like Mazzy. This is a good record.
A little bit. I don't think that's correct, Rufus. I think that's not true.
What's the matter?
He said he was called monk because he was raised in a Buddhist monastery in West Philly.
That's his freaking last name.
I think that's this. I think you're thinking of Fresh Prince instead of Monk.
Okay. Here's a copy of Three Giants. It's one of those repositioned stereos. With writing.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Here's a copy of Monk in France, live record. Doesn't go for a hell of a lot, but it's really good. It's on those Orpheum. Is that what these are? These Orpheum Riverside labels from the late 60s. This is Charlie Rouse, John Orr, and Frank Dunlap with them. It's really good. Okay?
I love that cover. That cover's cool.
I recently found a twofer because it has both in France and I forget what other country he's in.
Yeah.
Do you want me to show more or no?
Yeah. All green label records are great. I don't know about all, but I like the green labels just fine.
They're usually.
I mean, you're gonna bum one every once in a while. Like I've got a couple of green label prestiges that don't sound that great, but overall, I mean, most records sound good. Yeah. I think most records sound good in general, man. I mean, there's shitty ones out there, but Right. Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura, Pet Detective Part 2. What the hell does that have to do with anything?
Here's the last pile because I think I'm getting very sinusy right now, and I want to listen to
Dr. Robert Paul. He clearly gave you AIDS.
I have two Joe Amberkeen records.
Yeah.
This is outstanding. This is with Eddie Gomez and Jack DeJohnette on the Bob James label.
Yeah, that's a really great record.
And then this one is her solo.
Oh.
And I think it only came out on PA.
Really?
Yeah. Still in the shrink.
Most of their stuff's reissues.
Yeah. Or the US version of it.
Yeah.
This is her solo piano. It's very good. I'll sell those together. I have this Vinyl Me Please Wilson Pickett. Hey Jude.
Oh yeah. You're selling that?
Huh?
You're selling that?
It's in the fucking auction. What am I showing here, man?
Hey, listen, shut the fuck up.
I have our Blakey bundle here.
Okay.
This is a French press, a Caravan on RCA. These RCA French presses sound really good. This is a reunion, so with all members who have been in the Jazz Messenger. So you got
it's a French press. Does it smell like coffee?
It smells like Old Lady.
Oh, okay.
So Freddie Hubbard, Curtis Fuller, Benny Goldson, Walter Davis Jr., Buster Williams, and I think Walter Davis Jr. was not in the Jazz Messenger. This is good. Golden Boy soundtrack with the two groupings. It has the Jazz Messengers with Lee Morgan and Freddie Hubbard, Curtis Fuller, Wayne Shorter, Reggie Workman, and then Cedar Walton is on here. Julius Watkins, James Spalding, and Charlie Davis.
That's on Colpix. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack. And then this is a solid state version of Three Blind Mice. It's a live recording.
Yeah.
Typically, you see it on MGM with his face on here.
Yeah,
that's in there.
Hang on. Levin is saying that you definitely have not listened to all these records.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I have.
Boom.
I play test all these records.
Yeah.
I'm not selling people a bum record. Here's what I do on my records. I ultrasonically clean them, I re-sleeve them, and I play grade them.
I sold somebody a bum record last time accidentally.
If I sell you a bum record, I did too. Oh, somehow a record got to someone warped. It wasn't out of my hands, and I refunded them their money, and they kept the record.
Mine had a locked groove on it that I'd forgotten about.
You lost Dr. Robert?
I refunded the money. You know,
Dr. Robert bought a record from me. I sent it to him. It was just a bag full of crap, so I refunded his money.
Yeah.
All right. This is a half-speed master of the Wynton Marsalis record.
That's his first record, isn't it?
Did you watch Westman's thing last night?
No. What was that about?
He was talking about those music, that particular label. They are analog.
Yeah.
So
they came out like in 1980.
There's not a digital step in it.
All right, but it came out in 1980. All these half-speed masters, most of them. All right, on this record, he has different lineups, but Ron Carter, Tony Williams, Herbie Hancock are all on this. It's a great record. I have a regular version of this. I have 3 copies of this record for tomorrow.
Oh, that's a great one.
If you don't have this record, it's the best Les McCann record.
It's not the best. It's not the best Les McCann record, but it's a good one.
It's the best Les McCann record. Basically, it's his version of the Miles Davis in a Silent Way. That's what it's like.
It's a great record.
And I have 3 copies of it for tomorrow.
Now, here's a question from Fluffy. Hang on. Chris, how's the record flattener doing? I still want one. How did the records that you sent me come out, Rob?
Very good. The one he did a number on in a good way is they reissued the Surf's Up Art Pepper record, I think in 2016 for Record Store Day.
Yeah.
And I ordered it from Puerto Rico and it came warped. I mean, really warped.
Warped, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. And Chris flattened it like it was brand new.
Yeah. I had to put through the machine like 3 or 4 times. It was crazy. You could probably still hear it a little bit, like in the flat, in between the songs or something. But I thought it turned out really well.
The best thing about me is the way I ship records. I pack them really nicely.
There was a live chicken in your last package.
Here's the one problem: the new copy of Record Collector News won't be available till Tuesday. I'll have all the packages backed up. I still have old copies, so I'll throw one into each person. Yeah. But the next auction, I'll have the next copy of it. So, that I still have a ton more. Like I have 200 records ready to be in the auction tomorrow. So,
cool.
All right.
We have no notes and tones, Mike, tonight.
No, he has a real life.
He went to see Buster Williams.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I missed him when he came through LA. I didn't go. I was busy.
Yeah, I would like to see that. I would like to see that.
Hey, you know that tomorrow they're having this big giant festival thing at SoFi Stadium. Yeah, but Carlos Santana got ill and he canceled. He was supposed to be there.
No, that's
how old is he? He's older than I am, so close to 80.
But he's very youthful.
I'm pretty sure the average age of the performers at that festival is 70.
Oh yeah. Lionel Richie, Diana Ross is 80.
Yeah.
It's a lot of 80-year-olds.
You said it's out in the parking lot. It's like,
well, yeah, they have 4 stages on the grounds. Nothing's inside the stadium.
God, that would be horrible.
It's probably because they're starting football next week and they can't have anyone on the field.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Yeah.
You don't have to over tape the packages. You just have to tape them right. It's not hard.
I taped them to keep them safe from air.
Yeah.
Cool.
What happened to his last girlfriend?
That's
All right.
hurtful.
Well, yeah, it's hurtful. It was hurtful to her.
Oh, geez, you're horrible. You're horrible. Hey, and just everyone know, this record will not be in the auction tomorrow because Chris cried like a baby, and I felt sorry for him.
Thank you.
Well, then all the people voted yes.
Yeah, they're all on my side.
There was only one person that said put it in the auction.
That was Sean, and he's dead to me. So
yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of good. I'm putting that Bumby in there in the auction. So
yeah,
there's lots of hard to get. There's a stack of hard to get records in the auction.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what else?
I don't know. My sinuses are killing me, so I'm probably gonna take some cold medicine.
All right. Well, I think we might just make it a shorter show this week since our compadres aren't here.
I know they left you out in the ditch.
Yeah, really.
They did in a ditch, dying. Just kidding. But anyway, yeah, it was fun. So I'm thinking everybody will be back next week. So we'll see.
Yeah, like I said, you can take next week off, Chris.
I might. Yeah, I might.
Yeah, Reggie Workman. Reggie Workman wasn't on the stream tonight.
No, Reggie Workman.
Team Chris. Thank you, Fluffy. That's very sweet.
Yep.
I think I'm going to listen to a couple records before I go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
See ya.